G'day, legends. Welcome back to another episode of the Butcher's Bible Podcast. I'm your host, Ant, and today's guest is Jim Murphy. Woo,
Yes,
let's go.
cool.
I like this. All right, Jim, how are you, mate?
Oh, good, Ant, good.
How are you over there in Ireland?
Oh, great days. Lovely sunny weather today. It's brilliant.
Was it really sunny over there?
Yeah, great day today. Yeah, lovely. The barbecue season's starting very soon.
Barbecue season all the time, rain, hail, or shine.
Yeah. Barbecue, but that's nice to get away from all fucking shit weather all winter. We had wind and rain all 3 months. Crazy.
It doesn't stop. We had flooding down here at one stage, but
Mm.
like nothing's built for fucking weather in this country, even though it's been around for 1,000 million years.
Yeah, no, we're the same. We're in the sunny southeast, but it was a crap winter, I have to say. But we normally get good weather around here. We get good sunny weather, a bit like south of England.
Yeah,
We got nice weather around here, so hopefully barbecue year this year will be good.
yeah. Well, mind my ignorance. Do you guys get snow up there?
Maybe every. I suppose we haven't got heavy snow in about 2018. I feel you. That was it. Every 10 year maybe. We had the Beast from East 2010, and
Yeah.
that was it. Then really bad. All right, but it's not bad. Every 10 years.
Yeah, no, okay. I don't know why I just saw it because like Scotland gets
Yeah.
snow and whatnot, but I thought, oh, maybe you guys do.
Yeah, we do. We do get it, and but it is a 10 year thing, and like you can get crazy. Then every 10 fucking years you get snowed in, like the place shuts down. You kind of -18 temperatures, crazy. But it is only a 10 year cycle, so it's not bad. We can
That's
live with that. Yeah,
we can live with that. Yeah, that's for sure. We don't get any of it down here in Dorset, so we're
yeah.
all
No,
right.
I was actually in the fire service,
Oh,
and in 2010 I was in the fire station, basically on call. We had that -18. Everything was shut down, no water. So we were going around to houses bringing people their medicine, their groceries. People couldn't get out at all. At all. There was no water in the houses for toilets. We were filling tanks in attics. It was crazy shit, And you were working like there was no point. You could do butchering in the butchering if you wanted, but there was no point because there was no one out.
oh wow. Okay.
Everyone's walking. And then again in 18, I finished the fire service. I done 16 year, and I finished in 2020. But in 2018 it was a red alert, and I actually was on call that week. So we actually stayed in the fire station all night of Ophelia, and I have
Wow.
some great videos. The whole place was just blizzards. But that was pretty cool. Now that was in between my butchering. Uh, you were carrying a pager, so you run out of the shop and run up to the fire station. On you
Wow.
go. Accidents, cardiac arrests, fucking house fires, you name it. In the 16 years, I've seen it all. And just before I finished, I seen the cat in the tree, Fireman Sam job. I
Yes.
thought, everyone as a young person watched Fireman Sam, and he could go out to save the cat in the tree. I never seen it. I thought, I know here. And after 16 years, here was a fucking cat in the tree, and we got called out. Oh, jeez. Funny. So,
That's awesome.
and he
That was to
definitely had
top it
9
off.
lives. He had 9 lives because we had guys up on a platform trying to get him down. And we were
Yeah.
up at the tree trying to get this fucking cat down. And after about 3/4 of an hour, the fucker jumped. He was about 30 foot. He jumped, hit the ground, bang, got up, shook himself, and run off. So he's another 8 lives. So I've seen it all.
What?
So that's my snow memories as a butcher fireman. Yeah.
What brought on being a fireman?
I suppose I'd finished playing football, soccer, start running marathons. Then as you get older, you get a bit fucking cracked,
Mm.
and start running a bit like Jan now. Jan is fucking running around Iceland.
Yeah.
So I started running marathons, and I met station officer guy up in the gym one night. And he said to me, "Why don't you join the fire service?" This is back in about 2003, and I'd finished playing football, soccer, everything like that. Competitive as such.
Mm.
And he said, "Sure, maybe I'll give it a go." And he said to me, "Look, your shop is 2 minutes away from the fire station. You'd run up there, you'd be the first up there." So I applied anyway, went off, done my training, got the job started, and it was I had enough of staff in the shop at the time. My
Mm.
father and mother were still working, and another couple of good lads. And if I went to a call, I had to just make up the time. Now it'd piss you off because you're carrying a pager 24/7. And of course, it goes off on Monday morning, like a half fucking 7. You're only setting up, and you're like, shit, another fucking call. Always an accident of a Monday morning, always,
Yeah.
And you're off. Then you could be gone for an hour, you could be gone for half an hour, you could be gone all fucking day,
Mm. Okay.
and you could get a call at 1 or 2 o'clock at night out to a chimney fire, car fire, accident, and you're still on call 24/7. It's not like a full time brigade where you're in the station, you do your shift, then you go home.
Mm.
Retained, you're basically on 7 days a week, 365 days a year outside of 20 days annual leave.
That's
So
a
it's
hard graft.
massive. Yeah, it was crazy. But I enjoyed the medical end of it. I used to do all the medical stuff.
Ah.
Yeah, I used to do all the medical. So we got to an accident, let in the butcher there. He's well able for it. Uh, yeah, I was never squeamish. I killing in the abattoir since I was 12.
Mm.
So nothing bothered me, nothing phased me. I was able to handle anything like that. So I used to love it, and I was good at it. And they just let me at it, and let me do the medical end of it. And you learn a lot. I learned a lot from the fire service, and you'll always have it.
Yeah.
You carry CPR, defibrillators, and things like that with you for life. You get the shitty stuff. You get stuff that people don't like to see. Uh, and you get to the worst accents, you go to things that people generally just don't know what to do, and they love to see help coming. And that's all you're there to do, try help people out, really, And it worked well for me in the butchers. And then a couple of lads, my father retired, mother retired, and I decided then it was time to kind of pack it in. I'd done my service, 16 years. It was good going.
It's a big stint doing 16 years.
Mm,
But that's
yeah,
incredible.
yeah,
But
so...
a lot of people, I guess, because you've done the abattoir, I've done like the kill fields and everything as well. Like when I see like stuff now, I'm just like, like we've been through it, we've seen it as well.
Mm,
I was a diving instructor for quite some time, and I've seen quite a fair few accidents and diving accidents, and people like shoot for the surface, and because of the atmospheric pressure, they do a
mm,
reverse, and your lungs come out of people's mouths, and like you're instantly dead. But like
yeah.
coming up to the surface and seeing that kind of thing, and it's
Yeah,
just
I used to do diving myself, and then when the fire service, you're trained to use breathing apparatus as well. So, as part of your initial training is actually done underwater
yeah.
with the breathing apparatus. The old breathing apparatus used to be a saber, used to be able to use underwater,
Mm.
and that's how they trained you initially. In my initial wear back in 2004, that's how we were trained in a swimming pool.
Yeah, no,
So
it's good
it's very
initiative.
similar, Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great for you. It's good, but you're so used to seeing stuff working in an abattoir. But
Mm.
butchers are kind of tough guys, I think, anyway. And the older generation in Ireland, anyway, in the south of Ireland, all of us, nearly all shops in every town had an abattoir, their own abattoir.
Okay, yeah, that's quite
So
interesting. Because you said before when we were chatting as well, like you do your own avatars and everything
mm.
as well. Like how's that work for you? Like
Yeah, so every week we would kill, say, Tuesdays our kill day. So,
yeah,
like, I'm by myself now. I used to have a guy who was training me, he was with his 55 year. So, like, now, like, if you look at it, like, if you done three heifers, like, they're going to kill out 360, 70 kilo. The vet is 9 to 5 now. My
no,
vet tell me I'll be here at 9 to come in to look at the animals, make sure they're welfare and they're clean. Check the paperwork. So I'd have the paperwork gone in. So if you done four heifers between 9 and 5, you're doing really well by yourself.
yeah,
Really well.
yeah, it's
It's a
good
lot of work.
turnout.
Yeah, you see guys in Australia and these places, New Zealand, they're out on Instagram, they're skinning a fucking animal like in half an hour and have it cut up and in the back of a fucking lorry. But realistically, that's fine. You know, there might be 100% clean, you know what I mean? But you're working for something that has to be sold to the public.
Mm,
Vets are coming in to check everything. You have to be spotless. Like, you cannot have any marks on it. You cannot have any dirt on it. So
yeah, a
it's
nice
not so
percentage of
simple.
those. A nice
Yes.
percentage of those are private kills or whatever, where yours is like retail spec and it has to be pretty flush.
Yeah, like, you can't put cuts in fucking hides. You can't put, you know what I mean? Years ago, my grandfather used to train me. You put a mark in a hide, it's like a week's wages. That's the way he trained me,
Yeah,
because at the time, that's how hides were. They were worth a lot of money. So you were trained to make sure that the knife did not go through the hide at any cost.
yeah.
So Look, you can be very, very fast and you can be good and whatever, but at the end of the day, when you're by yourself and you've an animal that size, uh, it ain't so quick, and then you have to bone the jaws, the heads yourself. You have to take out the spinal cord. You have to split it down yourself. Salt the hides at the very end. But
Mm.
it's a lot of work for one person. A
Yeah, it's
lot of work.
huge. And
Yeah,
especially if
massive.
you're doing in between the 9 to 5, getting 2 or 3, 4 bodies done. Fucking hell.
Well, I can't start. I can't start till the vet is gone. So if he comes at 9, he takes 10 minutes to go through his paperwork and check him. Best case scenario, you can get him up the crush then. So you get an animal that just won't go up the fucking crush.
Yeah, that's true.
You get the real quiet animals and it will not go up the crush. You're not allowed to beat them anymore. You can't force them up it. There's no more. We never use electric prodders.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
would never use that anyway. So you just have to kind of give the animal a bit of time to settle and let them in. And so if you get going by 9:30, that's good going.
Okay,
And
yeah,
if
all
you can
right.
get it, and if you can get it skinned, down skins, up, basically. I don't use hide pullers.
Okay.
All skin and knives. So there's nothing. There's no. All the fat is left on your sirloin. You see the hide puller sometimes, and all the fat is gone on your diamond bone. It's
Yeah.
straight down along. All the back fat has gone off it. Everything is with the knife, and it's probably the easiest thing. I've had my daughter, my sons, 8, 10, 12 years of age. And when you have a carcass hanging, and you've the tail gone, say, just gone off it, and you start to skin down along,
Mm.
and you just let the gravity. It's the greatest feeling with the knife. Just all you hear is zzz, 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 and that's how I just say to them. When you hear the zzz, zzz, all the way across, it's just the gravity pulling, and you just basically have to touch the blade again, the back of the fat, and it'll just literally. It's like a hide puller, but you're doing it the proper way.
Yeah, doing it, like letting
Yeah,
gravity do the work. That's
yeah.
incredible.
And the knife is hardly even touching the skin. It's not touching the hide at all. It's just barely touching the little membrane between the fat and the
Yeah.
hide. And it's a great feeling when you get to that stage, and it's so easy. But I see guys with hide pullers and all the sirloin fat is pulled straight off it. So when you're not doing a hide puller, it does take like 15 minutes to skin from top to bottom because you're going all the way around the animal.
Yeah,
We
you
open
gonna.
it up. Yeah, we open it up like basically like an orange. It's lying on its back, and we cut down along the skin down along the brisket,
Yeah.
and we open it up basically at the legs, and we peel the whole lot back on a cradle on the
Yes.
ground. So then we put the beef tree in, then we hoist it up and we do the hind quarters then, and then from there down, basically, once you get going, then once you get the tail off, it's only knife, knife, knife. But it's knife all the time, really. There's no pulling, there's no hide pulling, so you're skinning the whole animal. It's unbelievable. There's, there's not many lads left able to do it like that. To go into a factory and you're on a line, you might be stunning and sticking.
Mm.
You might be maybe doing the legs. But how many guys can actually do it from start to finish by themselves? I don't know anymore.
I think it's a very rare thing nowadays. Like even if you did have like yourself, but then you had hide pullers, then you got the actual stand up like saws that automatically do it instead of like hand saws. Like there is machinery that does it, but like the way that you've done it, like or
Mm,
doing it, is a very unique vintage way. But it's like
mm.
pure grit, and it's
That's
just
tough, yeah. It's
it's
tough
just
work.
pure. It's
You
hard
know,
work.
and like we have an electric saw. It does. We have an electric saw to split down the animals. You would need one.
Mm.
And it's a great saw, but it still takes 20 minutes to split an animal properly straight down the middle, even with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Then
it's not like ones you see in the factory. I seen one recently, an automated one doing pigs. I was like, I'd say 20 seconds. I'm like, wow.
yeah, I think I saw the same video because it just went zoom, and I was
Yeah,
like, "Fuck!" I was just like, "No
yeah.
more hand saws anymore, baby."
No, and I start with the handsaw just to start up at the top of the diamond bone,
Mm.
just at the tail. When you take off the tail, I always cut down about 2 inches just to let the saw sit in because the blade is a bit wider. So
Yeah,
to let the electric saw sit in, that when you start the electric saw, that starts to go on the right path.
Yeah, yeah. You're already pre-cutting for the
Yeah,
guide. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
you're putting a guide, yeah, and it does help. Like it's a big, huge. If you tried electric one because you're stop start, or you're trying to start it and you're trying to get the perfect cut, it could jump all over the place. It could cut down through fucking arseways. And then you could have a side boned out for the next lad.
yeah, yeah. That's all beef mince now.
Yeah. So, and especially at the top of the sirloin, the strip line, if you start wrong, it's so hard to come back when you're
Yeah,
splitting an animal that size because we have them split out. We have them separated at the top. So where we would push them across for splitting, there's two kind of steel rails, and they spread the legs a bit for you, as the lad says, to make it easier to split.
yeah. It
So
applies pressure to the spine and the
yeah,
hips, and
yeah,
then keeps it all locked
yeah.
in.
It's a great. It's only two like steel rollers, and you have to push one roller past the other, and it catches. But it gives enough to just keep the saw going, and it helps you.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So no, it
clever.
was my father and grandfather built the place in 1982, and like they built it like a factory spec. But it's at the back of our shop.
Yeah,
We have a car park for customers. I wouldn't say they even know we'd kill down there. You
that's
know,
clever.
yeah, the animals come in the morning early. Gates are closed over. I'd be killing, and the people could be parking in around the 30 spaces, and they can park away. They wouldn't even know I'm down there.
Do you have like a live truck lorry back up, and then it locks into
Yeah,
the side, and then
yeah,
you can
they
just
back up. There's a gate and there's like a walkway into the lairage, and they back in. Cattle go in or sheep go into the lairage. They go off, shut over the gate. People don't even know there was anything there.
yeah, no, it's brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's all sealed off, and then it drives in, drive out, and then the
Yeah,
bodies
and then you have
stay
your
in.
small abattoir space where you kill the cattle, dress them. Then they go into like a stage one fridge, which is 10 degrees
Yeah,
for
the
12
cooling.
hours.
Mm,
Yeah, so they don't get cold shortening.
mm.
So they don't get shock of going into 0 degrees. So for the first 12 hours, it's 10 degrees.
Yep,
So they naturally stretch and naturally cool.
relax. Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, then they automatically go into stage two, we call it. And then
Mm.
that's at about 0 to 2 degrees.
Ah, okay, that's quite cool actually. And
Yeah.
do you use like let's just you do your pigs as well, assumingly
Don't do pigs. I just do beef and lamb.
beef and lamb, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I never bothered with pigs because you need the descaler
Oh, okay.
and you need steam and that to take off the hair off the. I've done pigs over the years, but I would have took off all the skin.
Yeah,
So there
right.
was no
Okay.
rind. There was no rind left on it then.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So let me ask you this. So considering that you do your beef and lamb and the amount of work that you put into it, how much like savings would it be if you were to just go straight to the abattoir or a abattoir?
Well, like you get the fifth quarter,
Okay.
which is very important.
Okay.
So like we have our hanger steaks, we have our skirt steaks, we have our tails, tongues, livers, hearts. All that stuff is worth it definitely worth more than basically the cost of killing.
Okay. Okay.
Then I'm buying off farmers. So if I'm buying at €7 a kilo
Yep.
and I buy that finished off the an abattoir, say,
Yep.
and he charged me, let's say he charged me 820, 840, 140 more than what I bought at.
Mm.
But I still had to process it. I still had to kill it. But I'll hang mine completely different.
Okay.
Mine won't be boned out for a minimum 14 days.
That's good. Okay. Yeah.
Mine is going into that in a full side of beef. 14 days. Won't be
Okay.
touched. Maybe 21 days.
Is doing because like down here in Dorset, like the minimum people kind of do is 30 days. Like if
But
not, they try and
but
do longer.
but 30 days in just sirloin.
No, it's in the whole body because we do whole bodies.
Right.
So
That's a long time for like
mm,
I've had him in it for 5 weeks. I've had him in it for 5 weeks. I have a UV filter that
yeah,
kills any bacteria in the fridge,
got that. Yeah.
and it does help. And I'd have very little white hair on the meat
Mm.
after that length of time. But if I buy off that factory, he's killed on the Monday.
Mm.
It's split into 4 quarter, hind quarter, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. and I'd have got it on the Wednesday or Thursday morning. So it's not even hanging 3 days.
Yeah, it's super fresh. It
Well,
do.
it's not the same. It's going to be like rubber. Meat will
Yeah,
never it never settles. It never stretches. And no matter what you do with it, when it's not done right from the start, you cannot undo time.
yeah, exactly. There's no going back. You got no reverse
No,
on
I've
those
seen
kind of
guys
things.
even trying to. I've seen factories now coming on with technology now that they're trying to put an electric current through the carcass
Okay, that's actually
to bring on aging,
yeah.
to bring on that settling, so the meat stretches quicker. I've seen a couple of things, documentaries about it that they're trying to speed up time that they can't do.
You can't do that though.
No.
That's like that's science fiction, like
Mm.
essentially. But like for something like that, it needs time to rest and stretch and
Yeah,
to
I went
build.
when I went to college in 92, 93 for butchery.
Mm,
The theory back then was the first 3 days, the first 10, 12 hours is not too cold because it gets cold shortened.
mm,
So straight away it can be put into 0 degrees and it's going to be tough straight away. So you have to let that initial 12 hours of natural cooling at that 10 degrees. And then after that day, 0 to 3 is where some of the breakdown starts and the amino acids start to break down, the enzymes start breaking down. But it's from days 5 to 8, from 3 to 8. That 5 days is the most important for muscles to start to stretch and naturally stretch is days 3 to 8, and then 8 to 11. And after day 11, the meat does not stretch anymore.
okay,
So
and then
all your hanging after day 12 is you're only drying out meat.
yeah,
So you're
yes,
that's all. You're just starting to take moisture out of it, as in, and that's where your dry aging comes in with Himalayan salt. So your
yeah,
salt takes the moisture out of the meat, preserves it longer, but changes the texture, the flavor. So you know yourself, you've eaten a steak after 70, 80 days. It's
mm,
more kind of that more buttery, cheesy flavor.
cheesy, yeah,
Yeah.
gamey.
That and that's what the salt has done. It's took all that moisture out of that meat.
Mm.
So do we need that? I don't know. I think the best is 35 days. Meat is
That's
at its best.
But yeah, that's the thing where I am. Like the people are like, is this 30 days? And I'm like, yeah, it is. And they're like,
Mm.
oh, like you can tell from the color distortion, like in the smell as well. But people want it up in the 50s, 60s, and I've said exactly the same to them. I'm like, man, you get into some serious like cheesy texture, and it's like this has got it's got a stink to it. Plus, like
Yeah.
if your ribeye is like yay, and then we add an extra month or so on it, you're going to be almost half that. And people are just like, I don't fucking care. Let's do it. And they're
Let's
paying.
do it. Yeah. But
Yeah,
you have to allow, I think I worked it out. You lose approximately on the side a kilo, roughly a kilo a week.
yeah. And
So,
considering how strong the margins need to be nowadays,
oh yeah. So what would
yeah.
you want for something that's hanging for 80 days? Like if you're getting 35, 40 euro a kilo at the moment for standard strip line, what are you going to want for hanging it? But you plus your storage, uh, you have to have room for it,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you have to have time. Plus, what you trim off, let's say a ribeye, all your cap. It's very hard to do anything with that without cutting off all the fat and throwing it out.
Well, you could take the spinnakers out, but then if your fat cap is thick enough, you can bash it out and put it on top of topside. I've been doing,
Yeah.
and that's where I've been like cutting that cost and everything and bringing it down, and or like getting money back on it.
Mm.
But I'm not sure if we're breaking even or whatever on it, which I
What
highly
would you
doubt.
sell? What would you have to sell the ribeye at then?
I don't want to tell you, but I'll tell you.
Gary, 65, 70.
Yeah, 65.
Yeah, well, I think you would need that for that length of time. I've worked it out before, and if it was 35 standard in the shop for a standard
Mm,
bog standard beef you buy off the factory, that's going to be a cube roll that you're going to bone out into. You wouldn't even get away with 40 a kilo at the moment
yeah.
because it's what you all that back cap, all the cap off the ribeye, and all the waste. Even if you get it into mince at 15 a kilo or 20 a kilo, it's not even covering the cost of nearly buying it.
And plus, you can make so many burgers and meatballs and all this
Yeah.
and that as well. But then the season, like barbecue season, like you said, is coming. Like you're not
Mm.
having fucking meatballs, are you? Like you might be doing beef koftas, but everyone likes lamb mint koftas.
Yeah, they love them. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, but then you're like, oh, you'll make beef burgers out of it, but then not
But the
until
abattoir, look at the abattoir for
yeah,
me. It's like it's just me and the animal. There's no one down there to interrupt you. It's your little space, and I actually enjoy it. It gets me
yeah,
away from the shop. You know, retail is tough for butchers. Fucking, you're dealing with the public every day. You know, whether you're a butcher, a baker, a restaurant. You know what I mean? You're dealing with the public every single day. It can be
mm.
stressful, and
It is.
you're trying to get everything 100% right, and you're not going to do that all the time. And it just takes like someone, one complaint, and you just feel like shit. Like I'm after working months, and then you get, oh, the chicken Kiev didn't taste great. But that one thing, you put yourself down for that
Yeah,
because you're trying to be perfect. And
yeah,
that's with me. I try to have everything. That's why I kill our own. I know where they're coming from. I know the breeds. I like Herefords, Sementals, Charolais, Limousines. I like Aubracs as well. But Herefords at the minute, I killed organic yesterday. A friend of mine has organic Herefords. Beautiful animals,
yeah.
absolutely goods. But I leave them down there. I only actually boned out some of his ribeyes last week before I went to, last week before I went to Stuttgart. And there were
Yeah.
70 days in the dry ager.
Ooh,
And they were good.
damn.
Yeah, they were really good. Yeah, really tasty.
Yeah.
Um, but like, as I say, do people appreciate that kind of stuff in Ireland here? I don't know. I don't know whether they realise it as much as maybe, and go to America, you see all the big steakhouses and things like that, and the
Mm.
dry aged beef hanging. It's, I don't know. Have we got that appreciation in Ireland? I don't know if the UK is any better.
Where I am is like there's a big demand for it, and which I'm happy to like put a tag in it and say don't touch till May, like the end of May or whatever. I'm more than
Mm.
happy to do that, but to the education's the biggest part for me as well, and you and I, because you said dealing with the public it's hard, and if that person's like, oh, the fucking Kiev sucked or whatever, but when you're getting into those extreme ages and you're aging this red meat, the education is the biggest key, and you don't want these people to go, fuck, I just spent like 150 quid on this steak and it tastes like shit, it smells like shit. But this is where the education comes into it, where
Mm.
I am not pushing people to go younger on the meat, but do say like this is going to be expensive and it's going to be cheesy, or it's
Mm.
going to cook different, it's going to have a different texture, this is what we're doing, or I can trim up as much as I can and do these things, but you need to realize you need to probably cook this outside. Like
Mm.
there is like a level that you need to put it back on the customer, because there's
Yeah.
only so much you can do in being perfect and giving
Do you
back.
have a salt? Do you have a dry aged chamber, or do you have a specific area in your fridge dry age as well?
I've got a 5 meter by maybe about four, maybe 3.5, and then I've got 180 brick, so 90 on either side, and like dry age. Got a humidifier, UV light, and I've got like it. That's it.
Right, so you
And
did a proper setup, yeah. So
yeah,
did you buy that off that crowd? Is it Salton? Is it over there? Salton?
Sultan's was, yeah. This one
Yeah, yeah,
was.
yeah. I looked at them a few years ago, and my hanging fridge, because I have the UV lights, that's good for that. But when you bring it up, I just have the dry agers in the shop,
Mm,
the German ones. They're
yeah,
the bigger ones.
the
I think
cabinet narrow kind of.
the long
Yeah,
cabinet. They'd hold about maybe 10 ribeyes on shelves, and then on the other one you could hold maybe six full sirloins.
mm,
To hold enough. But I've done the important part of the hanging in the
yeah.
big fridges. But when I bring it into my shop, people didn't know that.
Okay, yeah.
So we put in the dry agers in 17, and we told the story, and they're right at one of the main till areas. And I have it really well branded.
Mm,
And I tell the story of what dry aging does. And people actually love looking into it and love saying, oh, I'd love a steak out of that. So it's done its job. Where before, some people might know, and we had an abattoir, some people didn't know, but they can't see it.
yeah. Out of sight, out of mind.
So you have to highlight it, and you have to show why you're different.
Mm,
Any butcher can just buy beef off a factory in a box, But a guy who kills his own, hangs his own, dry ages it like you're doing properly and like we're doing, you need a little bit more money for it, but you need to show the public, you need to tell your story.
Yeah, that's it. The education and the story and the whole
Yeah.
process, because you can you hit the nail on the head exactly right when you said you're trying to be perfect, but it takes us that one, and then we take that negativity on board. But
And a
like,
chicken Kiev is not even yours. You bought it off a chicken producer, you know what I mean? And you're like,
yeah,
fucking hell, like, you work so goddamn hard.
yeah,
You rarely, see, we never get a complaint of beef.
yeah,
Never.
never, because it's in your control. You've
Yeah.
taken it from the beginning, and you're selling it all the way to
Yeah.
the end, and you're
Beef
telling
and
that
lamb,
story.
never an issue. The only issue you get a nod time would be chicken. The butter wasn't great in that chicken Kiev. And like you're buying off a big company here. There's so many guys doing them now, but you're buying off company that generally have the stuff quite good. Or you know yourself, you give out with chicken sometimes and it looks lovely on the outside. It's like a book. Yeah, it looks good in the cover. You open it up then and it's the worst book ever. But there's a big bruise underneath the fucking chicken under the leg. It's
Yeah,
black and blue. But that's something that you just never. I never really argue with the customer as in, if there's someone genuinely, and most people are genuine, just replace it. And I tell all the girls and working that if there's
yeah.
a problem, just replace it. Years ago, like, some of the older generation were like, oh, you paid for that now, I sold you that, that's it, you're not getting it. And they'd fight over, they could be totally wrong. The chicken could be bet to death. But, you know what I mean? Black and fucking blue. But just as easy, just deal with the customer, just replace it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
No
a customer
qualms.
actually that comes back and complains to you is actually a really good customer because the person that doesn't come back to you, you think you have a great fucking burger and you think you're selling and the sales are gone down, you don't realise it. And then someone hasn't come back to say that burger was shit. So the guy that comes back to you and tells you straight up that that wasn't great is the best customer you get because that gives you a chance to remedy what you've done wrong.
Exactly, yeah. And it
So
gives you a chance to open up and connect with those customers, and then you can kind
yeah.
of build that friendship, and then you get that trusting bond back again. But you only get that extra one sometimes.
Yeah.
Or unless you get that repeating asshole who's like, nah, that was shit again. Give us
Yeah, well, the guy that gets it wrong, who's always kind of complaining and all that, you'll eventually just, you just eventually, you really want to give him something bad.
fucking give you a knuckle sandwich.
Yeah, give him a fucking lump of fat out of the bin or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
it's
you
true.
can really scar him and go, right, come in at 7. I'm going to show you how to kill. And
Yeah.
then just scar him.
I've seen guys like that saying this and that, and then I'd say to him, well, how did you actually cook that? How'd you cook that, Ross? How long did you give it? Oh, I cooked it at 210 degrees. 210 degrees? You're not Gordon Ramsay. You should be cooking at 170, pint of water in the roasting dish, cover in tin foil. It's a round roast. It's not something you cook, at that crazy temperature. It's going to be rock hard, cremated on the outside. Oh, yeah. So now we tell people they don't know how to cook anymore. Cooking bags, pop-up timers, 1.5 hours, 2 hours, 170, 180. No complaints ever on a roast anymore because you're educating them.
Yeah. I think that was a brilliant idea years ago when they brought out the turkey poppers.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I think, you can do the very same with like chicken one. Like with chicken, if people aren't confident and they want to start on chicken, but they've never bought a butcher's chicken. So like I
We
like
we
to think about
sell
those.
we sell cooked chickens in a rotisserie chicken every day as well. So we would sell about 350 cooked chickens a week, stuffed with our own stuffing,
Yeah.
and people they just love things handy.
Yeah. Convenience
Yeah, like,
is the
and they can come
biggest
into
key.
me, buy a chicken off me, cooked, ready to go. Why would you bother cook it yourself?
Yeah, that's actually a good point. And then I just thought as well, obviously you being a WBC competitor, how have you gone with like doing your like value added products there? Like, do you do like par cooked or do you do like raw with all the like instructions on the label and everything?
Yeah, so I suppose as in selling in our counter,
Yeah.
I'm still a big believer in a counter. Like in Ireland at the moment, there was a big transition in the last, maybe since about 2017 to these pre-packed trays. You see it at some of your shows in the UK now where you're going on your your everything is in your tray, like your meatballs. It's wrapped, it's cling film, or you have a seal machine, and you're gone away from your meat counters where you have to talk to a butcher to self-service counters, market decks. So we have a nice mix of everything in the shop. I still have a 4 meter counter that we
Yeah.
dress every morning, and that's my value added. So every day we would have maybe 15 value added products from chicken, beef, and then you have your steaks, your ribeyes, your tomahawks, your strip line, T-bones, fillets. I would do all my lamb chops, and then you would, in between all that, you have really nice. Bernie's great. She sets up all different areas that you might have. You might have a burger stack where you'd have a double beef burger, crispy onions, So all the fancy stuff that we took from Sacramento, all the training over the years from Sacramento, you will find a few good things, and they will sell all year round in your counter as a value added. So I don't know, maybe recently on our Instagram we won the display for our lamb display in Ireland. Yeah. So that was a 1 meter section, and that was my little window just to give lamb a bit of a boost for Easter.
Very good.
And everything, you had your curry, your puffs, the twists. You had 3 or 4 different lamb truffles, and we made it really, really fancy.
Yeah.
And that's what I like to do. And we do that every day of the week. We have a section at the counter that's just for value added and for all the fresh meat as such. There's no packaging in it. Then you go over, there's a 4 meter counter where people can come in and pick up 8 meatballs in a tray. They can pick up crispy cubes. They can pick up shredded chicken, diced chicken. It's all there, prep for them, burgers, sausages. Everything is packed in packs, ready to go, cooking instructions on them. They bring them home. They can bang them in the air fryers. They can stick them in the oven, but it's all self-service. If they don't want to talk to us, they don't have to.
No, that's good because that's what we're slowly introducing at the farm shop. So I'm not doing crazy bits and pieces. Only the crazy bits and pieces are in the 3 meter window display that I've got, and that's where my fun and the value. And I'm really like top that up and I make it look stunning. But my boss wants to introduce doing the pre-cooked stuff, but you're not gonna it's better to do it raw. I said to him, because if this is already cooked, we've already put time and labor into it, we've wasted electricity. Why not just pre-pack it and have it ready to go, and then with the instructions on? But he wants, because we sell you said you sell 350 chickens a week.
That's cooked, yeah, and then we sell about maybe 250 lasagnas. So we have a cook section as well, but it's only like a 1 point something meter section, and we keep it simple. We have cottage pie, which is your basically beef mince, carrot,
Peas.
carrot, onion, peas, and it's done in maybe a 1 kilo tray.
Yeah.
Same with the lasagna. We have a beef pie, beef and kidney pie. We have vol au vents, chicken vol au vents, curry vol au vents. So it keeps, and then we have, what's our other one? Oh yeah, chicken curry and a chicken curry pie.
Nice.
Very, very simple. No potatoes, no veg, so we don't have waste.
That's good. That's really good. But because he wants to, we do all the pies, we do maybe 16 pies, and then we do smaller variants of them, and they sell our hotcakes. They're just at the door all the time.
Yeah, they're crazy over there, aren't they?
Oh, Scotch eggs, faggots, you name it. Black pudding, we make it all in house as well, and the black pudding is pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
And we'll people will come in and just buy whole sticks of it, and we'll just slice it up into a dozen slices or whatever, and just bag it up or vacuum pack it down for them, and they'll freeze it and then they'll eat it. But some people just eat it nearly every day, they said, and they'll come in every week.
Every week, Ferd.
Yeah, every
week. And what if you were to vacuum that on the boards, and let's say have it pre-sliced, and would it work for you? Or do you already do that?
Well, we do that in so we got a 4 meter grab fridge, but that has soft drinks, waters, and everything, and then we got a little bit of cold veg. But then there's a section missing. But he wants to do pre-cooked stuff. But I'm if we do a lamb swirl, let's say you put 2 to a tray, you're not going to pre-cook that. It doesn't look as appetizing.
No, that can go on your. So we would have our lamb swirls, and we have our beef swirls as well. We would have them 2 per tray, foil tray, and the film on it is cookable.
Yeah.
So you just pierce the film is on instructions, and you bang it in your air fryer, or your oven, in your aluminium foil tray. We have heat sealers, so we
That's what we
use.
got the enterprise ones as well. And
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
we've the double. Yeah, we've a German model. It does two trays at a time. Very,
yes,
very real robust, real quick. But bloody an animal of a machine, takes a lot of abuse. But the seal is very good.
yeah.
Never comes off. Seal never comes off.
You got to cut the bitch off.
No, it does that, but you never see a seal actually peeling off. When you put it out, and you can stack. The beauty of the heat seal trays is I don't use gas. The beauty of them is you can stack them 3, 4 high. Where
Oh,
if you use snap wrap, like a lot of butchers in Ireland do,
yeah.
young lads come in, put their fingers through them. You can really only stack two trays on top of each other because the weight alone would make it look crap.
It squashes
Yeah.
it, and then
Yeah.
it sticks to the film itself, like the snap wrap anyway, and then it squashes, and then you got leakage and finger holes, and
Yeah, so like we would have that 4 meter market deck. We have our potato gratins. We have all our kind of fresh potatoes and garlic, sea salt. We have crispy cubes, which are potatoes. We have veg is a tough one because veg doesn't work great in the heat sealer because if you have turnips and parsnips, to give off gas
yeah,
and the trays swell up.
yeah, yeah,
So it's Christmas we do it, but we generally cauliflower, broccoli bakes, as in cauliflower, broccoli cheese as well. But it's all raw. And it's
yeah.
all up to you do your Brussels sprouts with your bacon lardons. But that's a big Christmas thing, veg, for us. During the year, our 4 meter market deck is basically for young people. They want to come in, they want to grab a potato gratin, they'll grab we have maybe 6, 7 different varieties of chicken fillets. So you'd
Yeah,
have 2 chicken fillets with marinade, crispy onions, maybe a sauce, and they want to bang that into the air fryer, one
yeah,
side, and they'll bang a tray of potatoes or gratins on the other side. And that's a
yeah.
dinner. That's a dinner for two.
That's what I've been saying. We leave it raw. Just have the cooking instructions on it. Let's just leave the
Yeah,
cooked
yeah.
stuff over in the deli, because then we've taken out the labor and like all the cost, electricity and fucking you name it. And you're also looking at a product that's raw. It's more appealing. We get more
More shelf life as well.
more shelf life, exactly. And like it's a really odd one to just have cooked product, veg, and then a shit ton of drinks.
I'll send you a video when I have it set up on the morning,
Yeah,
so you can see it's a good layout. And then we have our drinks fridge. We have our wine section.
yeah. We got a wine
Shop.
section as well.
Yeah, we have a freezer section. Then we have another kind of a spider fridge tiered where we have all our bacon, our rashers, our puddings, our stuffed chickens, our spatchcock chickens. And then you have your cooked hot counter where you have your chickens. Then you have your meat display. Then you have and they're all separate counters. Then you have like a little 1 meter, 1.2 meter deli little spider fridge. And that holds all the meals, all the salads right beside the till.
Fucking hell, that's a big old operation you got going.
Oh yeah, but it's only like there's only 8 of us, 9 of us in the shop. Like it's not full. You know, you do a lot of work, but it's not. Ben was over and Connor were over, and you have a lot going on, and you're trying to keep it all going. Is the biggest thing. I think the important thing is a lot of butchers in Ireland have gone away from their counters altogether,
Mm.
and they've now gone completely pre-pack, as in skin wrap as well. I have skin wrap machine. I started using it since before Christmas. I only do steaks in it. I
Yeah,
do 5 types steaks. I'll start doing marinated chicken fillets and pork chops now for the barbecue season. I like the packaging. I got really good branding done up, and that's the only reason I got it is because I put my branding on it. What I want. I don't want to put out a skin wrap. It's nicer looking than the backpack. It
yeah,
does give a better finish, but for steaks mainly, and to give people the option that my 2 sirloin steaks are in the counter, and let's say they're €14.
yeah. Is
People
the
can
whole
see the
yeah,
price.
yeah,
They don't need to come to me and see a 10, 20 strip lines cut out or sirloins on a tray, and it's like marked 500 grams. Let's say it's €20 for 500 grams, and they're like saying, "Is that €20 a steak?" Because people are really gullible. They just can't figure out that half kilo is €20. That means a kilo is €40, but a steak might only be looking 200 grams. So of that, it might only be €8 per steak, but they can't figure that out in their heads, and they're afraid to ask you.
Yeah.
Weigh that T-bone for me. How much is that? Oh fuck! I'm afraid to ask them because it could be €20, but the T-bone actually could be €12. But they're afraid to ask, and that's why I got the skin wrap, is just to give people the option from the self-service. So we have a row of skin wrap products. So you're the same as a supermarket, only it's your product and your branding,
Yeah.
and they know how much it costs before they pick it up.
That's what we've introduced as well, but I'm on the fence, like not even on the fence. I'm against it doing the pre-cooked stuff. Let's just do the marinated chicken. Let's just do
Yeah, no,
like
I think
all
you're 100%
products.
right. Yeah, you're 100% right.
Because you
The,
just
the,
want that convenience, and people are like, oh yeah, like
Mm.
$7.99 for these two lamb swells. Oh, and then 25 minutes, brilliant. What else can I get? I've got 20 quid to spend. Oh, let's get some ciders. Oh, we got
yeah,
some veg here. Bosh.
yeah. That's the way it's gone in Ireland. The big guys, like, there's pre-pack in a lot of shops now where it's all pre-packed. So you go in, everything is priced, which is a good thing. But I like a counter. I like to give people something different, something unique, something that a supermarket. You go into a big supermarket in UK or Ireland, and everything is pre-packed.
It's all the same.
They're,
It's all the same.
it's the same, and we're to distinguish ourselves as something different and something special, and our craft is there that we have to have something to differentiate ourselves, and that's where your fresh meat counter. It's where you can do something that they will not see in a supermarket.
Yeah, for sure. Also, customer service is the biggest thing, and people like I get that some people are like I'm in a rush. I'm sorry, Jim. I'm just going to quickly grab this shot. Yeah, fucking. I'll see you in a week. Don't worry about it. And you still get those people who are slowly introducing. But if you've just got like a full supermarket operation with all that wrap,
There's no
there's
interaction.
there's no interaction. It's boring.
Yeah,
Like,
it's boring. Yeah, it is.
but
It's
like,
like you go into the. I love it. Go across the road to the Aldi. It's just across the road, and it's like next, 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 and we do laugh sometimes in the shop, and there's good banter. There's
yeah,
great banter in a butcher shop, and
yes,
you're having a bit of a skit and a laugh. And you're talking about soccer, and you're talking about football and whatever, and everyone loves a crack, but people just like sometimes hello, lovely day, shit day, whatever. Their day could be crap, and they could be having a really shitty day, and all they want is someone to say hello to them. How are you? You won't get that in a big supermarket. It's just you're only a number. Get
yeah,
next, next, come on, next, next, hurry up there, hurry up. And that's what we have to kind of keep. We're gone too far already in Ireland towards that.
yes.
And if we lose that, we lose our craft of butchering.
We lose the ability to connect as humans anyway. If that
Yeah.
disappears,
And
which
guys are
is
going to be buying in everything as well. If you take a lot of, there's very few carcass beef butchers left in Ireland.
yeah. I was going to ask you: is there a lot of butchers in Ireland that do their own slaughter, or is
I'd say there's less than 80 operators in the south.
oh,
In the north, it's all factories, but in the south, they could have been up to 500 abattoirs back in the day, maybe 30 years ago,
oh,
operating abattoirs. So most guys would have had one or two abattoirs in every town and village.
wow,
And now we're gone down to like, in my county, I'm the only small lad left, which would maybe, oh, I don't know, maybe 100,000, maybe 150,000 people. We're the only small abattoir. So any farmer in the area has very little, he can't really bring stuff to many places.
yeah, all right, okay. So
So we're trying to do that as well. We're trying to kill for farmers as well with your own stuff, with so little help. You're trying to balance an act. So one week you're trying to do a couple of farmers, heifers and lambs,
mm,
and then the following week you do your own stuff. So you're always trying to have your own stuff hanging. And
yeah,
then you get a load of stuff. Then sometimes it's just crazy. You just get shitloads of farmers looking for stuff.
yeah. Are
Uh, like that.
you struggling with apprentices as well, or like younger people in the trade?
Yeah, we are. We
Yeah,
are. We were finding it hard to get young people to go into the trade. Like it, we always undervalued our craft anyway. We always undervalued our pay. Like, you're paying minimum wage, and you think you're going to get these young lads who will walk into they all want, the tech jobs and the easy jobs, but they all want the big pay jobs. Work over here is not really. He's not buying asking a young lad now to give him a brush and say sweep the floor. He'd nearly get a heart attack.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
Hold this,
yeah.
separate this like cavity open so I can get
I had a
the
guy
innings.
doing he came in as an apprentice here about 5 years ago. He's a huge lad, about 6'3" or 6'4", fucking hands on him like a shovel. And he's father's a farmer, worked it. And I said to him, hey, Paddy, would you do me a favour? You sweep that floor there. Evening, we're cleaning up, sweep that floor. And he had one hand in his pocket. And he picked up the brush with one hand. You want to see the stay of him. This 6'4" ape with one hand, he trying to brush this fucking floor. And I said, hey, Paddy, what are you doing with that other hand in your pocket? Who taught you how to sweep a fucking floor? And I said, my grandfather always said one thing. If a lad has his hands in his pocket, he's good for fucking nothing. As he used to say, because years ago, you know yourself, the older generation were all such tough workers.
Yes, very.
And everything, like, if they dug a hole back then, it was with a shovel and an axe. You know, they had a pickaxe and there was no Hymax or diggers. It was graft, hard work.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they call this, Generation X, Z, or is that what they call them?
I don't know.
It's just, it's bar to have an app or fucking chat GPT to do stuff for them. I think they're lost.
Yeah. It's a lost digital, like, strange time that we're living in right now with technology, with traditional values and everything. Like the whole concept of, like I was saying about like human interaction, it's all gone. The people these days now have an app, like, you know, practice what you preach. We're using app now to talk to each other, but when we see each other, we talk. We know how to interact with each other or customers and that. Now the generation is just it's lost, you know. And half the time they would say stuff, but never to your face. So
yeah, and they're the butchers. It is worrying over here with apprentices. There's not many of them coming in, and that's why we struggle to have a lot of apprentice juniors for even the likes of the upcoming WBCs. I'm trying to get some young lads interested and young girls interested in the butcher wars.
Yeah.
No, they're not there.
Well, what do you think it is because of like the whole technology disconnect from like being a human, or do you think just because there's still that stigma around like, oh, the grumpy butcher, or it's this and that. Like the times have changed quite heavily. And
yeah, I think a lot of shops don't do value added, as in what I do, what I like to do. You know, you go to see some of the shops like Tierney, you know all those shops, Ryan's shops and that, and even look at the guys up in Scotland, Ben and Ricky. You know, we've all, and even Westy and Ben and all that, Tyndall, Connor, even, you know, we've all tried to bring something that we learnt from whether it's WBC or Butcher Wars back to our own counters. And if you have shops in Ireland that are not doing that and they're just doing basic, all your red meat still, all your pork still, all your lamb, I hate that. I used to fucking hate it. I still hate it. I just detest it. I hate all red together, all that. I like red, white, red, white, you know, so I'll have maybe pork chops, I'll have round steak, I'll have sirloin at the back. I won't have all my steaks out. I try to mix, I think people buy with their eyes. It's all about colour.
yeah,
And I think if you see all this big old style cabinet of red meat together, I just never liked it.
yeah, you and me both. Yeah,
I'd have a marinated stuff in between it. I tried to break the colours up because you're trying to add something different to your counter. But I think because the young people, maybe a lot of the shops now, they're just doing so many trays. Like it's a potato gratin. It's, you know what I mean? It's maybe garlic potatoes. There's nothing special about it anymore. They're not being trained to do value added because the shops don't do it.
or they're not giving them the freedom, because I know some shops I have worked in, it's just like, oh, we want to introduce this, and then you're like, all right, I can do that.
Yeah.
Let me show you, and then they'll do it, and then they'll be like, no, I don't want to, because I ain't got any room in this counter for it, or no, it's not worth the time or the hassle. But then you're like, oh, your markup is over 50% on this. Like
Yeah.
we could, this will work. We just need to push it, but no one wants to change that kind of bit, or swapping, like
Yeah,
you
like
said, like
lamb
swapping it
sales.
out.
You take a lamb sales at the minute are really bad in Ireland. Really, really poor in shops. There's some guys not even doing lamb outside of Easter.
Yeah, that's
So
true, actually. Yeah.
we've a great trade at the minute. We always had, and it's all year round for lamb koftas. But like, you know, you're doing your kofta season. We put for steak and ginger, chili, lemon on our koftas.
Nice.
and it's really tasty. Right, so
Yeah.
that's that. We do the lamb truffle, so we might do the Greek style lamb truffle.
Mm.
So we'll have our feta cheese, our olives, and our red onion, and you'll
Yeah.
do the Greek marinade. That's a lovely truffle, and people don't taste lamb.
No, because it's a collaboration of all those fun flavors
All
that
those
are locked
flavors,
in.
yeah. So
Mm.
things like that we do, but I know lots of butchers don't do it. You know, they might
No.
do a lamb, they might do a lamb burger, but that's it.
Just lemon mint. That's it.
Yeah, but like, so if you're not going to introduce things that might work, they might not work,
Mm.
but you do have to try the what you call it go well for us as well. We do a minced lamb meatball with Indian mystery, and
Oh.
we roll it in crispy onions.
Oh.
So we call it a lamb bhaji meatball,
Ah.
and we have a nice seasoned blend through it as well. But actually, it makes lamb completely different taste,
Yes.
and
Oh
that's
yeah.
what the young generation want. But I think the younger people, the apprentices, or maybe they're not the shops are not doing some of the stuff. There's very few shops doing value added. I could name about 5 butcher shops that I know in Ireland who would do a good value added display and a really, really good value added display. And then everyone else would be doing good displays, but maybe very little value added in their displays.
Oh, okay.
So they would have all their, yes, you have a stir fry, but like, surely to God, you can't call a stir fry value added. I know you're adding something to it, but it's so easy to make a fucking stir fry, and you're just putting sauce and peppers and onions in it. It's
Yeah.
nothing special, So for young people, maybe they're not doing it. I don't know.
They may be scared to as well. Like lamb has gone through the roof, like you said, and
Yeah.
maybe they're like, right, just during Easter, we're going to do this amount of legs, and then we're going to turn it right back and maybe bring in one lamb and see how we go. If like one
Mm.
leg's costing like 60, 70 euros,
Yeah,
like
it's hard.
this is
Yeah, well, I paid 260 for lambs, 24 kilos to kill out for Easter week.
phew,
Crazy, yeah. It's
that's
big.
crazy.
Yeah, so they would have stood around 10-50 a kilo to me after they were killed.
Yeah, so you're losing.
And I'm killing it myself. I'm buying that in the market off the farmer.
Yeah.
So if I buy that off the factory, you're probably looking at around 12.50.
Phew.
Yeah.
Oh, oh. They say we're paying at the moment. We're just over 11, and that's
Yeah.
finished product. But it's just like all this fat, everything needs to be utilized as much as possible.
Yeah, you need to get all the laps. Everything needs to be into a product. Like if you do a truffle and you're selling it for €4 or £4 even, right? And it's a
Mm.
good truffle. It's 170 grams, and then you put in your bits, and you sell that for 4.50. You can get quite a few truffles out of, and if you have a sale for them, you
Mm.
can generate up to 20 something a kilo,
Yeah,
euro a kilo on just mince.
yeah, yeah.
Some places don't even get €20 a kilo for the legs.
No, exactly right. Well, they don't want to sell it at that, like, because if that's what's running them. But like that's what I've been saying for such a long time. It's just like 170 grams, but we're
Mm.
getting a markup of like 18.99 per kilo and just a little meatball, and we
Mm.
just stuff it with other bits and pieces, and we display it nicely with a garnish
Mm.
and that.
I know it's easy money if you can sell them.
Yeah.
And I think people like to see different things in our counter. Like we'll
Mm.
start off now next weekend, and we'll do a mad barbecue counter.
Mm.
So we'll do like I done the trays years ago, and I see them all doing them now. I got a little 2.5 mil drill bit, and I drilled into the wooden tray, so my skewers stood upright.
Yes.
Now they're buying them. The Danny Upson and all seen it. I brought over to a show, and next
Yeah.
week Avo have them. You can stick the skewers in the. But I remember doing those and telling the lads get 2.5 mil drill bit and drill, and then kind of space your skewers. Get your ruler, draw a long line, maybe 1 inch between them. You know what? They look unbelievable. But next week we'll do maybe 20, 30 different products for the bank holiday weekend, but in a value added section for barbecue. And we'll
Mm.
do trays as well. So you'll still have your kebabs and your sausages, seasoned, all that
Yeah.
ready to go in the say the market deck where people can just grab and go. But we'll
Mm.
also have them in the. I like to still do my fresh display.
Yeah, that's what keeps you going, is doing your fresh display and everything in between. It's what
But
keeps you a little bit sane.
yeah, it does. But it keeps, look, if you get young people interested in it, I think they'd be more interested in that side of it
Mm,
to make up all these real nice fancy stuff than
yeah,
just fucking go do 16 trays of potato gratins with them 4 bags and put cheese and parsley on it. It's a bit boring,
yeah. It's
you
mind
know.
numbing. But
Yeah.
and not to deter or take it away, but like we did those as apprentices. There is a bit of a hierarchy, like stepping stone into it. There needs to be like, this is what we can do and show you, but we need to build up to that level so that
Mhm.
you know the product and how you're selling it. So there is like an education, there is a stepping stone, there is an intro to it. This is what we can do, but like, that's the fun bit that takes a bit of time. But for
Yeah.
now, let's get you up to scratch. Like there needs to be.
Have you got that structure over there? You have, yeah?
I'm trying to introduce it because we're taking on 2 apprentices, but because we got 2 shops, so we got like very traditional. It's been around for 75 years.
Mm.
Nothing's changed besides like the cabinets and touch up of like newer
Yeah.
things. That will never change. So they have like, they make all the black pudding, they do all the sausages, they do
Very
everything that they
traditional,
can.
yeah.
Very traditional, where they've got like, where I've on the other side in the farm shop where I've helped build this place and I do my value added products. There's that side of it where we went to swap over each week. That apprentice goes from here, learns that, gets to come up with Ant, does like those fun bits, still learns
Yeah.
how to break down
That's good,
beefs.
yeah. Yeah.
But that's what we want to show. But I
But have
like,
you have your apprentices then in the UK an affiliated course through an apprenticeship program, or
yeah, so media switch is usually the one
is
that
the one
we,
that's where so
yeah,
they can go there if they want? Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But there is like I say to every apprentice and have for many years, I'm like, there is going to be hard bits of this apprenticeship that you
Mm,
just need to grind out, but it's valuable information
yeah.
that will take you anywhere in the world. And I can guarantee if you want to move to Ireland, it will take one phone call, and I can call Jim. And you
Yeah.
want to move there, you want to work with one of the best in like the fucking island, or I can call like anyone like Brett Laws and be like, hey, I got a young fellow who's finished his apprenticeship, he wants to move to Australia. What can you do? I can
Mm.
call anyone and
Oh, there's
say,
loads of yeah.
yeah,
There's great help. It is a big family. Like butchers are great for helping each other, and I think I see James up in Dublin there. They would take in some guys like French lads. Connor went into him for a day or that. So it's great to get young people in and just show them a little bit. We had the apprentices come down from Sligo, which is up north. So they'd bring them down to us. We'd show them maybe 20 products, me and Bernie, and you blow them away like.
yeah, yeah,
But they are 20 saleable. They're value added products, but they're saleable. They're selling every day in our shop.
yeah.
So they're not all competition products.
No, they're your staple at the shop that you
Yeah.
know that turnover.
So me and Bernie then as well, we've done a couple of shows like for the craft butchers
Yeah.
where they bring 60, 70 or maybe 100, 200 people into the maybe a hotel.
Mm.
And we've done like myself, Bernie, maybe about three before we had this big one in the Curragh, we done one in Port and it was the start of things back after COVID.
Mm.
And we'd come back from Sacramento. So we would have done about 25 to 30 products for lads. And
Yeah.
you just blew butchers away.
Yeah.
You just blow them away. Like they can't, they're looking at me doing a chicken and I'm making like 6 products out of a chicken. And then I do a chicken breast and I do completely 2 more chicken products, 2 more chicken products, 2 more. And they're like, chicken bakes, chicken this, chicken with pastry. And they're blown away that a fucking chicken can make so much value added and add so much to your counter. And they love it.
Small animal, big results.
Yeah, and they love it. And
And they love it.
we've done maybe 3 or 4 of those gigs now, just to kind of give back something to the ACBI, who were very good to us. They supported us to get us to Sacramento.
Mm.
And I always said, look, I'll do a few demos for you and give back something,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And I say to the lads in all the groups, we have 2 WhatsApp groups of butchers in Ireland. I
Mm.
say, any young lads ever want to come down, any young girls want to come down, Monday's a good day. Come in Monday mornings and really open your freaking eyes. We dress everything from scratch Monday morning. You could be doing 20, 25 value added products of a Monday morning every Monday.
That's a good Monday.
That's a good Monday.
That's a good creative Monday, and it's
Yeah.
not just that mundane Monday feeling. You're going in Monday going, oh, Jim, I've got a really good idea for maybe 2 of these products, and you're like,
Mm.
fucking get it on. Let's
Yeah.
go. Show me. How are
Yeah.
you going to
But
do the costings?
to get a young person down for that, to show them that there's more than just, and I say it to lads, and they come down, to bring down the young people, and they take away a few little things. Now, me and Brennan's the ACBI, Brennan Sears. I don't know whether you met Brennan out in Paris. He was doing the photography and that.
I've
Uh,
seen him. I
yeah,
know what he
Brennan.
looks like.
So Brennan himself started doing videos. So I do the products. Brennan records, and then he makes like a 30-second or 40-second video. He has the ingredients, what we make, and then he shows me making the product, and he puts it up for the members.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible. Good
So it works.
exposure.
Yeah, great. It's great, but it gives back something to the guys then that put your trust. Not everyone's in favor of the World Butchers Challenge. They kind of maybe think it's what good is it going to be for me and for my industry in what part of the country they're in. But that's why I try to give back something to them. I share with everyone. I don't hold secrets in the meat trade. A butcher's not my competition. I will share with a guy 10 minutes away and 5 hours away, because at the end of the day, we're trying to keep open and keep the supermarkets away from us. So we need to share ideas. And that's why I would always say butchers were terrible years ago for not sharing in
Yes.
towns, because with so many of us, just don't tell him what, he'll be selling, and that was the way it was. And that's still there today. Butchers are really scared to share ideas, where I will tell lads everything, and they need to keep doing that. And more lads to share, the better for butchers.
It is, and it paints a better light for us in the future. And it's just like, and plus, the more that we come together, and the more we can share these ideas or do these things together, and the whole industry has changed, especially during the COVID time. It's just all completely changed, and your outlook and giving back is a great idea. And
When,
I
when
think
did
it's
you
just
when
great.
did you were saying you were kind of apprentice? When did you start? When did you start butchering yourself?
I was 15.
How long ago was that? 10 years ago.
Fucking wish, mate. I'm fucking feeling it. So if I did stick to butchery, I would be over 20 years. Um, but I'm saying I'm like 17, 18 years deep. But
Yeah,
I
I
feel like,
started 17, 18 years. I was doing my intercert or junior cert. I was 15 in 1988, and the father got a heart attack,
cool.
and I came straight bang into shop at
It's
15. Now I've done my leaving cert. I went to 92, 93, done my retail and meat up in Dublin. Done it for the full year. So I would have went to college of a Sunday night. Come back Thursday, Friday morning, worked in the shop Friday evening, Sunday kind of, whatever you be doing, playing your matches. Back up to college. Got out of the way in a year. And from 1993, I've been here since.
yeah,
Long time.
nice. A long
Yeah, long
time.
time. Yeah, long time. Seen it all. Seen stuff. Yeah, seen it all. So.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's good. But I feel like each year rolls around in the industry. I feel like there's a handful of new things to learn, especially like the value added product, or there's someone who's just gone under the radar, or there's always these things that is just a evolving thing, and especially with like people like you and I who are changing and adapting and rolling on and getting all these episodes out and doing all these things. It feels like we're going in the right direction, but it is a shame that we are not reaching the younger generation to show them we can do
Yeah, I
this.
don't know
Or
what it is. It is like wages are quite good at the moment here on the buildings,
yeah,
but the young lads are still reluctant to. They're still reluctant to be block layers, plasters, because it's physical. It's tough work, you
so it's
know.
so it's butchery.
Yeah, and the same as chef and my sister's chefs. They struggle to get chefs.
Yeah,
Terrible hours, weekends when everyone else enjoying themselves.
split shifts, and you like
Yeah,
it's
working.
hard.
It is hard on your feet all day. Same as butchering. It's a tough job as well, and they struggle over here for a chef.
Yeah,
So that's why same thing with the chefs and the hotels. There's more stuff coming into them pre-cooked, ready, and they're just
yeah,
heating it up and serving it. I'd say most of them wouldn't even peel a potato anymore. It'd be
really.
everything be prepped. To be
Oh
all
yeah,
10, everything would be potatoes, carrots, everything would be coming in a 10 kilo bag prepped. So you're just steaming them,
yeah.
you know. So the work has gone out of it, the physicality has gone out of it. Down to probably because they don't have the people anymore to do the donkey work that was done years ago.
But where are all the people? We seem to be overpopulated. Like you hear every fucking other week that there's like we're overpopulation. We're going up to like 8.4 billion people in the world, and you're like, where is everyone?
Yeah, I think there was a thing back in the first boom here, the first Celtic Tiger we had. A lot of people come in from Eastern Europe, Brazil. A lot of guys come in to work in the factories, boners. A lot of girls come in from Poland, Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia,
Okay.
and they're the ones who went in to work in the McDonald's, the hotels, the butcher shops, because the Irish people probably thought they were too good to work in those jobs, and the work was quite hard.
Mm.
So they wanted better jobs with bigger money. So they kind of that was the start of people going away from years ago. You always had your Saturday boy, as they call it in England and Ireland. And when the
Yeah.
farmers, we could have lads who worked here in the abattoir with me, and they worked milking cows during the week. They were on the farms, and there were guys that could do everything.
Mm.
They could do a bit of building work. They could go down and turn hay in the field if you needed the hay to be turned. They could go walk the cattle down the road, feed
All
them
rounders.
guys.
Yeah.
That generation is just they could do everything. And I was born in '74. I grew up with that kind of that's the way I was grew up. You could do everything,
Mm.
and like you could do a bit of building work, you could do butchering, and if you're good with the saw cutting fucking T-bones, it's easy to cut a bit of timber, you
Yeah.
know. So we always had a good eye for cutting stuff, and then you could take up any trade.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what happened now. There just don't seem to be there. And the people who come in work really, really hard. And in fairness, without those people in that time when the hotels couldn't get staff, the McDonald's couldn't get staff. If we didn't bring all those people in from the EU at the time, and UK were in the UK at the time were in the EU as well, so you would have seen a big influx of people coming from Eastern European that time when the EU kind of opened up its borders that time. You know,
Uh, what was that?
huge
There
amount of
was
people.
there was a lot of Polish and
Yeah.
Romanian,
Now don't mention
Estonians.
the Polish now. The wife is Polish, so I have to be careful.
Oh God.
Bernie kill me. I know, sorry. No, but like they're hard. They were hard workers to come in here. They done the work that the Irish used to do back in London and America back in the 1800s. They built everywhere. They
Yeah.
done that hard physical work that no one wanted to do. And without them, and you would have been the same. You would have got a lot of people coming in, and they're still here now. They're part of your community now, and
Yeah.
you know they're
Jamaicans as
everywhere.
well.
Yeah,
When
you would have
they
got a lot of them because I suppose England was kind of like the Commonwealth as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
opened up the passport they opened up that to them for helping
Hmm.
during something I can't remember too much, but those people were granted access with passports and everything, and that was a really good stepping stone.
Yeah.
But what were they going to contribute because there weren't too many butchers
Yeah.
Like in the Jamaican or the Caribbean times there were a lot of warriors, a lot of
Yeah.
maybe a lot of builders, but yeah, like there
Have you many
was
Brazilians then in England, born in the Bonin Hall? We have a
there's a
lot of Brazilians here. East Timor, we've got a lot of the guys come up from East Timor, boners, and we've got a lot of guys from Brazil who come in. Then you would have had your Polish, Latvians, and all that. But we seem to have an awful lot of Brazilian lads working in the factories, boning.
no, so we got CSC down here, and it's just all British,
All British boning,
just
right?
all British boys. So you can turn up at the abattoir, and you got the two guys who are always there, day in, day out, just always love it. They're there, they love it, and they're like the whole crew is just British.
All right, geez, that's
Yeah,
unusual now. But the
yeah.
bigger, I'd be talking. I didn't talk about the Don Meats here and the ABPs. They're all nearly Brazilian lads
Mm.
and East Timor. I was up in Dungannon in the Don Meats on and now, but back in the day, we Team Ireland got a tour of. It would have been Dumbia, just in Down, just across the border. It's in Northern Ireland, UK.
Yeah.
And like I was fascinated. All these little small lads, about 4.5, 5 foot high, all tribal tattoos. Like 100 mile an hour, savage. Animals to work. I never seen anything like them. It was mad to watch them. And I'd done a bit in a factory years ago, but these guys were just phenomenal. They're just speed of them. It's just they're low to the ground. They're just fucking. The knives are going 100 mile an hour. And them guys are in all the factories here in Ireland. Brazilians and Filipino, East Timor.
Yeah.
There's no
They,
Irish, very few Irish left.
but those people are built for that kind of thing as well. Like
Mm,
because they got that low center of gravity. They don't
yeah,
have to do much. It's just all there. But like they're brilliant people. East Timor people is really good. We have quite a um I don't know, a community in Australia because we went to East Timor in the wars in the early 2000s, and then we
mm,
gave them access to come over to the
yeah.
good faith, and there's really good communities of those people in, and some of those they're like my like neighbors growing up. They're just the nicest people ever. Fuck, they can cook as well. They're
Yeah,
brilliant. They're
unreal.
brilliant.
And if
Unreal.
you tell us this, you're Australian. Did Churchill, is he still the big place to go to if you want to
Victor
in
Churchill
Australia?
means it's still number one. Still number one
Still
in the
number
world.
one. Everyone, if they do a stint in Churchill. I seen George Donnelly. Didn't George go over for a while?
Yeah, him and Lisa went over.
Yeah.
Uh,
So,
I haven't really spoken to him since he's kind of been back because he's been doing the
yeah,
Soho.
Devonshire, yeah, and Soho,
Yes,
yeah.
but yeah,
Some
like
spot, yeah. I had a pint there, a few pints in it last year at Ascot. I said I had to go there to. George wasn't there though, so I didn't get to see the dungeon where he does his work.
yeah, but yeah, they came over. They came back home because I like homesick, and I think also their kids and everything. And it's
Yeah.
a fucking 30-hour flight. I just did it in February with a 2.5-year-old and a pregnant missus. That's a long
Oh
flight.
my God. 30 hours.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So
Well, we
where
had
did you?
we stopped over at Doha,
Yeah, Doha. Yeah.
and then we had a 16.5-hour flight from Doha to Australia.
And what part then do you kind of go to then? Where are you originally from Australia then? As in,
Yeah.
well, what part? Sydney, Melbourne, anywhere? Any
Brisbane. So
Brisbane?
born and raised in Brisbane, but I spent a lot of time far up, like far north Queensland, and
Yeah.
that's where I did like a lot of diving. Kind of really changed a lot about getting away from the meat industry because in the early 2000s it was just like you
Shit.
wouldn't tell anyone, like if you were trying to pick up a girl at a bar, you wouldn't say you worked as a butcher. You would be like, I work with
I'm
animals.
I'm a dive instructor. It always sounds better, doesn't it?
It does, and you're in a wetsuit looking sexy, you're in the sun, you got sunnies on.
The shark teeth hanging out of your fucking.
Yeah, yeah, exactly right. But I did that for a good couple of years, but there's something about the meat and the block it calls because every
Mm,
time when I was like, I would go to the local butchers there and just be like, yeah, which is Edge Hill butchers in Cairns, like those guys, they're phenomenal butchers.
yeah.
They're one of their boys are in the team Australia.
What's his name?
I can't remember. I
No,
can't.
see your man there used to be on the team in 2018.
Mm.
He's it's not Hunt, is it? No, is it Hunt? Keith, a friend of mine said to me he was in WBC in Belfast with the Aussie team,
Oh,
and
nice.
he's back on the panel for the seniors this time around.
It might be, but I used to go to those boys, and I'd be
Yeah,
like, and then when I would go back and do what I did as a diver, and then I found my wife, and when I came back here, like when I came back like to the UK, I was just like, I got to get back into butchery.
mm.
I got to do it. I got to find what I got to do it,
And
And I
and
just been,
you're there since.
yeah, I've been stuck
Yeah,
since, been
and you
doing it.
still you still do the diving then? No,
Nah, nah,
no.
no.
The war is too rough around Ireland and England.
Yeah, yeah,
The visibility is terrible. I used to do it, and it's fucking visibility is cruel. But you be a good diver because the currents are completely different, and the water's temperatures are completely different.
very different.
So, yeah.
But it is. But once you've done the Great Barrier Reef and you've done over 10,000 dives, like you've done the best of the best. Like there's
Mm.
like maybe like the Dead Sea would be one to put on my bucket list, but I've
I
done like,
done, yeah. I done the Red Sea. I done the Egypt. I done that one a few
mm,
times. Yeah,
but
that's good
that's
now. But it's like
that's
getting
what,
into a hot bath, like it's getting into a hot fucking bath to do it. It's mad, like is it? You
mate.
know,
You
you're
should do
looking
it in
up and it's
Cairns.
yeah, it's good, yeah,
It's hot. It's just like going into a hot bath, but then you're surrounded by everything you could think of that you see in like Finding Nemo. You got like
yeah,
stingrays, manta rays. You got like everything around you, and you're just cruising along. It's beautiful.
yeah.
But like I've done like Bali and Indonesia and Thailand diving.
You've done it all.
You're just like yeah, because they're like their coral and everything is so damaged because of overfishing and they haven't
Yeah.
got the regulations like we do in Australia. So once you've done the best of the best, like diving doesn't
Mm.
really like I said, like doing the Dead Sea, that's one on the bucket list done. But
Yeah,
like
so it's the butcher now is that's your bucket list now. What can
yeah,
I create next? I have to try that. My one now I've been thinking about trying to do, and I see Tom Woods has it down to a T. That treacle bacon.
oh
Do you ever what? Do you ever see it on his? I don't know he's on his social media. It
yeah,
just looks unbelievable. I don't know how he's fucking doing it, but it just looks perfect. And
ask
I've
him
had lads here try to do it. Friends of mine never can get it right.
to ask him. Be like, give me a recipe or I'll fight you or
Yeah,
something.
Tom. He's a big guy. Yeah, well, I competed against him in Haringey in 2019, I think it was,
Oh wow,
at the uh, Danny Upson's show, wasn't it?
yeah. There's
Yeah.
yeah.
Gazelle, is it? Danny's, yeah. So that was 2019. That was the old Team GB.
Mm.
So that was Simon, Tom Woods, Bryce, Jess, kind of guy from Wales. I think it was the Bone, or there was six of them that were in Belfast, and we competed there as Team Ireland.
That was the original
And
team, yeah.
that was the original team,
Mm.
yeah. So that's when I met Tom there. But I just see his black treacle, and I just look at it and I say, have to learn how to do that. That looks, you don't know everything. You might do a lot, and you might kill your own, but that's something that I just
Special.
love. Yeah, it's something
Yeah.
different. And David Leishman's place is unbelievable. The cured meats that he's doing, charcuterie. Oh my god,
Oh my God, charcuterie in general. What a graft and a way to get it done is that's it's such
it's
a
a different
hard
art.
thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
another art. It's another level to bring to your butchery skills.
Mm.
And like he has it down there now. He has so many products. It's unbelievably stuff.
Yeah.
We done his shop on that tour that time in 19. We went around to a lot of shops over there.
Mm.
And we were around the Dales, all around that area, around the Dales. And there's some fine shops now, I have to say. But the amount of pies everywhere. Fucking hell, everywhere. There was one of the shops we went to, and it was like an old house. And every little step you just go down into like a dungeon, and you go down a step, and then here's Mary, she's cooking pies. Then here's someone else cooking pies over here. There was fucking pies everywhere, pie machines everywhere. You say like these yokes are walking out the door everywhere. And we can't sell anything like that here. Like you're looking at it, you say, and they were lovely, like some of them.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. You'd
Yes.
be walking out of each place feeling like a pie, mate, because you've eaten so many of them.
Yeah, and you've done you compete, you have your competitions and all that with your Yorkshire pies and all that
Mm.
over there, isn't it? The massive.
Mm.
But David had all these recipes on the wall. He'd a lovely setup now he had a lovely setup in his premises, and he'd all the recipes. And he said, "Can we take pictures of the recipes?" Yeah, work away, work away. He probably knew bloody well.
Yeah.
We were never going to be able to make them. I think the trick was in the beef dripping to make the pastry.
To make the pastry, yeah.
Yeah, and then the gelatine that goes in between the top of the where the meat stops short,
Yeah.
and the little gap between that and the pastry seems to be an art in itself. Like,
That is pretty hard. Do you know who does that really nicely? Is Joel Young from
yeah,
3J
oh
3J
yeah,
Butchers in
sure,
Australia.
yeah,
Yeah, he does that spectacular because that's a British shop. The John, I think he is who started it, and Joel.
yeah,
Yeah, he's British, I believe, and he said you got to make a pork pie. And every time I see Joel make a pork pie and cut it, and it's just perfect. Meat in the center, jelly on top, jelly on the sides, just whew.
yeah. That's an art in itself.
Mm.
And I was watching them trying to figure out how they were doing it, and I was watching the machine that they were making the pastry out of. and it was leaving a little hole in the top. And I naturally enough, I was asking the questions: was it for expansion? Was it to let the heat out or whatever? But it was a bit of both to stop the pastry cracking, but also to have that little area to fill up with that gelatine.
Mm.
Oh, there are things I'd love to get into and to learn more and try to do some of that stuff because some of that for me is unbelievable.
But yeah, and it's another thing to add to your butchery skills as well, and you can
Yeah,
put that on your resume
yeah.
essentially. But it's just trying to find
The time.
the time and the custom and try and build towards it.
I think it's as well, like if you went to David and you said, look, I want to learn this, can I come over for a few weeks? I'd say he's very obliging, he's a nice guy. For me, coming over from Ireland, maybe
Mm.
not so for someone in the UK who might be in opposition, but definitely I'd say he'd be very helpful for, say, someone like me if I wanted to learn how to do that kind of stuff. And, that for me would be, it mightn't be taught in the schools. I don't think it is taught in schools here anyway.
It'd be coming under like bakery skills, but at the same time,
Yeah, it's nearly
you still
chefy, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, but you still need the sausage meat. You still need all the flavorings. You still need to make
Your
that
bases, yeah.
your bases, yeah, and then all of it collaborates together. It's very simple elements, but it can be fucked up pretty easily.
Yeah, I watched the pastries do all there, even for the Yorkshire puddings.
Mm.
Like
Oh,
they're made, a lot of them are made like from scratch,
oh yeah.
from the scratch. Where here it's like just buy it in a freezer bag from supermarket.
Yeah, but
It's completely different over there.
it's so easy to make though. But like, how are you going to separate in 45 to an hour to making Yorkshire puddings? Or
Yeah,
you can take you 45 seconds just to fucking bung it in the oven out of the supermarket. Like there's
I
two
know that.
avenues. Yeah,
Yeah. And what's the great the dinner you have ordered? Toad's Hole or something? What was that? Toad's.
turn
I
in
was
the
in
hole.
Toad in
I
the Hole. Yeah.
I
No.
need that shit. Fuck that.
No, no. I was in the restaurant there in Haringey, and that was Betty's Tea House, and we went then down to this beautiful pub, and that was one of the big things you could see coming out in plates. And I just thought that looks one of the lads at the table with has got it, actually. It looks interesting. Some
Yeah,
size Yorkshire pudding though. Fucking hell.
it's too much beige color for me. Got to have like some sort of balance of meat in
Yeah,
there, and like it's just a bit too much. Like it's like Sunday roast, isn't it? It's just like you have a little bit of beige, colorful on your plate, and
yeah,
then you have just a dash of gravy. Nothing too crazy.
yeah. That's a bit mad looking, right? But that's things I think I would like to maybe in the future.
Yeah, try and do it for like at the beginning of winter time before Christmas, or introducing maybe
Yeah.
that in January, February time when it's fucking pissing down rain.
Yeah, we have lots of English customers. Lots of guys here from England, and they're always, they laugh every time I go or say, "Oh well, I have the recipe now for the pork pies. When are you going to start selling them? When are you going to start selling them?" So it might be something there that there could be a market for it. It'd certainly be different than the supermarkets. They wouldn't have that.
Who's to say you can't make up like 40 of them and then freeze 20 or something and then
Yeah,
sell
and so
20?
give them a go. Like you'd sell, like you'd make a small batch just to try them.
Yeah,
I keep telling them I will. I promise them someday.
yeah,
So I have to
no,
get over.
yeah, of course. Um, I want to just cross over to the WBC, Paris. Obviously, you guys competed, and I was there, and I was cheering you on, as well as New Zealand, Australia, Great Britain, pretty much everyone. I was
Mm.
there. I was everyone's cheerleader. Um, how did you feel you went in the WBC?
Yeah, it was different. Sacramento, we were more of a team. We were fluid, we had urgency because all the lads were working in shops. I was saying to you, we had speed. Everyone knew what they were doing, and we worked more as a team. I suppose for Paris, some of the guys had moved on from working in butcher shops,
Yeah.
and they were teaching and maybe not working in the shop. So you know, it's hard when you go out of a shop, you lose that speed.
Hmm.
And if you're in a shop and you have 10 people at the counter, you have to get them served. It's urgency. You have to get there. And when you lose that in a competition, it's very important because it's very hard to get that back.
Hmm.
And in a competition, unfortunately, a lot of it is down to speed, speed, speed. You can't,
Urgency.
Yeah, you can't take your foot off that, that pedal for that 3.5 hours. It's 100 mile an hour, as hard as you can go. But yet you're conscious of trying to keep the place clean as well,
Mm.
which we didn't do. We were kind of notorious in Sacramento as well. Our area was quite messy as well, but we kind of got away with it because we got a lot of stuff out. Uh, we done a lot of value added in Sacramento, probably 110 products. This time we went a bit more. I think we had about 120 products, maybe 125.
Whoa.
So when you start breaking down stuff into smaller amounts, it it takes its toll on time,
Yeah.
especially mints value added products. It takes a lot of work
Mm.
to create the products you wanted. I had visually went to Ascot Butcher Wars. It was at that time it was the World Butcher Wars, and
Mm.
Lossy and Tyndall and the boys just blew me away. And I had about 80 products, I'd say, picked that we were all happy enough to go with, and that was in July, I think. It was
Yeah.
there in July, and then we looked at Paris was end of March, and you were saying to yourself, "This is not good enough." I came back. I was happy in a way, and I was kind of sad because I said, "What we've picked is not going to do it."
Mm.
And then I started going in, and I'm terrible. I could sit down for hours and hours looking at Instagram,
Yeah.
and I could pick up butchers in crazy places, chefs in crazy places, and I see an idea, and I go, "Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try that. I'm going to get me 200 grams of mince in the morning. I'm going to make it into that little cake there, and I'm going to see what I can do with it to make it look fucking unbelievable." Little did I know the French were going to do the exact same, and everyone, But I still stuck to my guns at that time. We changed all the products to value added. I suppose our training mightn't have went as good as Sacramento. We mightn't have put in the same amount of trainings.
Mm.
Um, we had our backdrop picked in that, and we had our team basically as a Titanic team to go from that 1900s up to and it was hard to pick a table 1900s where you're looking at the menu of the Titanic and what was on it.
Yeah.
But we tried to keep it old fashioned, but yet with a nice twist on it.
Yeah.
And that team again, I think we probably there was about the third table in where I had kind of dressed it up as nearly a middle section, and it was like I even seen it on some of the New Zealand lads had took pictures of it, and they still have it on their pages. It was really colourful. We had lots of pastries, with lots of lovely kind of stacks with cream cheese and
Yeah.
different colour, and it looked brilliant. Our sausages let us down this time. Unfortunately, we didn't get our sausages made, and we knew we needed to get everything 100% because we probably knew we were going to lose points for the areas around it, the work areas. So we knew we had to get everything out, and everything had to be made. All the sausages had to be made. We knew we had to get all the products out to be in that top five, say, to be in with a chance. And when we didn't get them out, I kind of you didn't look at initially. You look at it and you say, "Wow, we got it all out. We have it out." But then when I went to go pick the sausages for the best sausages, I realized, the sausages just we didn't just get. We ran out of time, basically.
Yeah. You
You
really ran
know.
out of time with
Yeah.
120 plus products.
Yeah. It was a big ask, but like, look, we got 95% of the products of that hundred and something products out, and we probably got two of the five sausage flavors that we had done. So
Mm.
we missed out on, let's say, what would be in each of those trays we done. We probably missed out on about 50 pounds of sausages. So the time to make 50 pounds of sausages and link them, make them properly, that's what we kind of lost out on. And look at things like Paul had a bit of problems with his boning glove. When you're boning and you're very conscious of speed and you're going at a pace. And Paul was getting a lot of trouble with the clip on his glove,
Yeah, right.
kept opening up on him. And it was falling down on him then, and he was stopping to try adjust it, and it was agitating him, and he was getting agitated. Then he was getting frustrated, and then James tried to help him, and when a bowler loses, let's say 5 minutes
Too
trying to
much.
play around, he tries to make up that 5 minutes in a very tight schedule anyway. And when you're trying to start bowling faster, you make more mess.
Yeah.
And meat can go flying everywhere, and you kind of don't see it. It's not intentional, but it's because, so he was really unlucky with the glove that it just kept coming off. I don't know. It's like everything. You practice and you wear them in your bowling when you'll be bowling, but you don't kind of have a spare there. You're certainly not gonna have that chainmail that's halfway up your arm, a spare one under the block there if something goes wrong, because you don't think anything is going to go wrong. So I suppose things like that kind of went again and then we look at, I seen with the New Zealanders, brilliant idea, put everything on a dolly, and at the end, like I was going in and out, me, Bernie, say Ger were the main ones going in and out of the table for finished products out on the display. And if the three of us were to add all our time that we were going in and out, and just go out at the end for the last 20 minutes, we probably would have been finished with half an hour to spare.
Then you could have cleaned up and got everything done.
Yeah, and then if you have more time then and you're just putting it onto a dolly beside you, it gives you more time to work on the products. But look at the standard was unbelievable. Like, you had Romania come in there. I even seen the Spanish, and a lot of people say Spain mightn't have scored high. But I thought for a country, first time in it, I thought to put on a really good display.
Very good, yeah.
The
Very good.
Romanians built fucking Transylvania. Like, how long did it take to get that backdrop up at the start?
Yeah.
The Icelandic lads done a great display. Like
Fantastic.
Team Canada, who were a long way down the table, they were beside us in Sacramento, and they were like, they were so relaxed in Sacramento, and everything was easy going. But like, they got they had so much meat left over. They didn't get half their stuff out in Sacramento, and then they're fourth or fifth this time round.
Yeah, it's quite high.
And if you look at their table, it was very clean lines. I'd say they had very little waste, and their four seasons similar to Team GB.
Yeah.
It worked really well for them this time, but you could see they put a lot more training into it. Aussie's brilliant display. I actually I really liked Pinocchio, the Team Italy's.
Yeah, that's clever.
I thought it was really good with the clocks. I thought that the tables were just unbelievable this time. The people who, the thinking that went into building, say, that team, even that table for Italy, they had the book in the centre, they had all the clocks up around, they had like a little tree trunks where you had all your displays. There's some amount of time and preparation went into building all the tables. The Romanians table was unbelievable. Like, it really, really was. I don't think there was the French table, they're deserved winners for me. Some people maybe weren't overly happy. There was a few things maybe said at the end and maybe up to the gala. But look, at the end of the day, for me, I could just see when I look back, especially when you look back at pictures afterwards. If you went to the French table, which you would have done, and you would have took your picture, the first thing that would have drawn you to that picture was just the centerpiece.
Yeah.
The way they had the shelves layered, it was like a cake or a sweet shop. And everything was uniform, 7 of this, 7 of that, beautiful looking. Everything was mad looking. Like, it was like as if they took all our mince product ideas and just garnished them differently with little fruit bowls, little trays. And it just looked amazing. But if you get time afterwards to study their table to the right hand side, they just had their basic steaks out. They had basic pork chops out.
Yeah.
It's just that they done so much work in that centerpiece, and it drew the attention. And it looked unbelievable. What they done either side of that, I don't mean it was irrelevant. It was still cut out nicely, and it was that, but it was nothing special on the sides. Their chops were like, let's say, their steaks were their steaks. Because
they balanced it out though. They got you with all the eye-catching stuff.
the eye-catching stuff was unbelievable. And like, for me, the Italian table, I just liked the layout of it, and I liked it. Team GB had a very good table. I had a good laugh with the lads over, and I said it to you. The French guys were cleaning up at the end. I have to say this one again. And of course, I said to Ben and Connor last weekend in Stuttgart, the boys got rid of £25 of stew and a pumpkin and 2 kilos of Brussels sprouts on top. I think it was an acorn, they call it, or something. Well, I know where I'm going to get rid of £25 of stew and beef in Australia. A big pumpkin. So, but the lads done great products as well. They had the apples,
Yeah.
I don't know whose idea it was with the apples. I thought they were brilliant. I don't
I
know, it
don't
was
know.
Ben or Ryan. I just thought they were a brilliant product. The Aussies, Lossy and the boys, they had their usual, like the Aussies have been very strong since, they've always been strong.
Yeah.
I seen them in Belfast actually. I think they're on like a Hollywood team table in Belfast,
Yeah.
the Oscars.
Mm.
And look, every year you go to Sacramento, they were very strong. They were strong as well in Paris. The German team, straight away, Catty said
Yeah.
18 full bills. So their table was really clean, nice display. They
They
had the
practice. They have more consistent practices though, and you can see it in that.
yeah.
Isn't it?
I think a lot of it goes down to their setup, their funding,
Yeah.
their structure. Basically, as an industry, they have so many sponsors. If you look at the back of
It's just
their
the menu.
top, it's like 20 sponsors at least. Dry
Mm.
ager, geezer knives. Like it's unbelievable. Like the support they have of industry.
Yeah.
And that's where we're kind of lacking it here in Ireland because there's so few butchers left.
Mm.
They're probably saying to themselves, "Well, sure, look, why would I give you 5 or 10,000 when Super Value, the supermarket Musgraves, buy more marinades off us and more trays than butchers do?" So that's what we're fighting against over here is
Yeah.
that our we're not industry leaders anymore in our field.
Yeah, you just like background competitors almost. And
Yeah.
it just it's ridiculous how that's the
Where in
whole table
Germany,
turned.
they have the industry there who are making like the dry age units, and they have the knife made producers. We would have you take it even I don't know the UK, but like you've two knife producers in Germany. You
Mm.
have the Dick Knives and the Geezer, who are two big producers of knives.
Yeah.
So they're well supported over there in Germany. So look, it blew my mind. First of all, Ascot with Lossy and Tyndall, and the Greek lads were brilliant as well in Ascot in Butcher Wars.
Yeah,
I
very
thought
good. Very clever.
really, really, and I was disappointed that because Greece were good in Belfast, and I thought they might continue. And Wales, I thought I was disappointed that they didn't go to Paris. They were
Mm.
good. They had a very good table in Sacramento, um, and South Africa are gone off the radar altogether since Belfast.
They were
They
there,
were
but
yeah, they were to go to Sacramento too, and it never materialized for them. So, you know, it's just blow your mind what Lossy and these guys like Lossy started all. I don't know where I know I seen someone on one of Lossy's early posts where he said he had copied some butcher for a filling, yeah.
yeah,
But if you look at his fillings now, and Butcher Wars Stuttgart here last week, the European one, it's crazy. His fillings are unbelievable,
oh yeah,
and
good game changer.
every butcher, every country's doing them, and it's getting to the stage that you look at the Aussie Butcher Wars last week as well, the same weekend. It's just the displays are just amazing, and it's elevated butchery from just being normal or like I said earlier about the counter, the red meat, the white meat, the brown, and now we have crazy stuff in these competitions. And I think it makes us all better.
Yeah, it does. It really does. We just got to reach that crowd though, and to get
Yeah.
people more enthusiastic about it, and get the younger generation, or even start taking other people finding those chefs from back in the day where they're not now. We
Yeah,
can try and get them in.
I think if you were to show people when we show people the finished tables from Paris, people are actually surprised that butchers have done that.
100%.
Yeah, they
100%.
go, "Wow, you guys done that? How would you do that?" Like and they're blown away with the colors, with the products, and like every country. There wasn't one bad table in Paris. You
No,
know,
no,
you know.
impossible.
And it'll be interesting to see now the Germans and the Belgian Bulls brought out the new scoring. It was like a tablet for Butcher Wars, European Butcher Wars in Germany. So it's all no more pen and paper. It's
Yeah,
going to be all kind of digital, which I hope. Well, they're trying to bring it in for Australia. It looks a very good system. We got our results that night. We got our mistakes that night. So I pull up my trousers. I should have had a belt and I had a pair of not me working trousers. And I pulled up my trousers, it was hanging down. And he took a picture of the meat. I marked my trousers. I lost top three over it.
yeah,
Left the saw on the table, evidence, took a picture of the saw. So if I have a discrepancy afterwards, I go to the head judge, I say, we didn't do that. Oh, sorry, look, there's your picture. Uh, so it's going to back up what the comments are with photographic evidence. That's what this system will do. So the scoring system should be,
it's clever. It's
it's it's
very,
it's, it's very good.
it's
It's the way to go for a big competition.
yeah, no, it's brilliant. That's what they should have, and I think it will really stop a lot of discrepancies, like you said. I think it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah,
Well,
and I think look at the Aussies. You might as well throw the pressure on him now. Lost, he won again this week or the weekend gone. He won his first
oh,
comeback after five in a row.
yeah,
So there's no pressure. We might as well make them favourites now and put pressure on them.
yep,
They're on home turf,
oh
and
yeah.
they don't realise that you're with Team GB now. So what you're going to bring there, all the trade secrets that you're going to give to Tyndall and the boys now, and you're going to be up there. You are Team GB.
I
So
appreciate that. That's really nice of you to say, Jim.
yeah, I think he's will. I think he's going to be he's a great squad there now, big squad announcement.
Yeah,
So I think this will be. You were unlucky not to get the backdrop up in Paris.
yeah.
That could have put you up maybe very close to top three out there.
Oh wow. Okay, thank you.
I would think so. Like I think the backdrop to get that last backdrop out, you would have. I think he had four different pieces of the backdrop, wasn't it? Four seasons.
Yeah, 4 seasons.
Yeah, so there was four backdrops to come out, was there? The back, you never got any of them out, did you? In Paris,
I think I was
I,
over towards the end. I think I
I
was.
think they were allowed. I think they brought them out near the end for photographs, but I don't think they got them out for score for the judges.
I don't think it was, yeah, for the judging, because I remember when it was the last half an hour, I was over in Australia, which were over on the other left
Yeah,
hand side, and I think to watch the countdown, I was watching Iceland, so I didn't see it until we got to the other side because they started doing the walkthrough on.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think they had the backdrop until the very end when they wanted to get the group photos.
yeah. When people were allowed
Yeah,
walking around, but I think for judging, I think they didn't just get the
they
last.
didn't. I don't
No,
think so.
yeah. So like you can imagine, like you get to, the Germans are already starting to train. They were saying to me they're starting to train in September.
Yeah,
The Belgians are similar team, maybe one or two new guys. That's all.
yeah,
Uh, so they're going to be, you know, they were very good. They're going to be thereabouts again. The Canadians are going to be on a high as well.
yeah,
And then it's will the new countries who came into it, Spain, Romania, what have they learnt that's going to help them? Like, few rule changes, I think, as well might be on the way. We don't know yet. I think the company they're making, whoever's on the board now.
yeah. They're doing a
So,
few changes, I'm sure.
yeah, I think there's a captain's meeting in maybe a week or two's time just to go through a few of the proposed changes to see what captains think. Yeah, maybe just a bit more clarity on the fillings and what you can do for the countries who might prep stuff on the day of the competition where we would have brought stuff in that was in a supermarket and so a lot of us would have bended the rules because we knew we
Work
could
smarter,
bend.
not harder.
Well, yeah, knew we could have bent them to a certain extent, but maybe a bit more clarity for all countries. You can either do it or you can't do it,
No, it's brilliant.
and that's it. But look, we have to get the money here first. We're trying to get the money. We've a couple of big meetings coming up in the next few weeks. We have applications open at the minute, but I suppose until we get the funding, probably looking at close to 100,000.
Wow.
That's what we're saying, but I don't know whether that's enough. I don't
It's a
know.
lot of money.
It's a lot of money. Like if we spend 50,000 in say Paris, 55,000, because I do all the training. We've done all the training here in our premises,
Yeah.
so there's no cost for the association for training
Oh, okay.
because I provide all the meat.
Yeah. Your
So
company takes the sting.
yeah, well, we use all the meats because we're killing everything, and you know yourself when we're able to sell value added stuff of a Monday morning, everything that we make on the train on the Sundays is up in the counter Monday morning. So
Brilliant.
by Monday, Tuesday, people are getting all these fancy stuff. You just don't put up on Instagram. I keep my Instagram posts very, very. I have to be very careful because you have all this stuff that the team is after making. It's a bit like Team GB. Didn't they do a full build for the college? Was it?
Yeah. They
And
couldn't make
was
any
it
of it public.
no? But was there someone had? I don't know whether they deliberately done it or not, but there was photographs released. Was it on the news, BBC or something?
Oh, that was fucking what was it? It was the college, but it was some newspaper article that was an online one, and they released the whole lot. I think it was for Plumpton, where they
Yeah,
did all about Plumpton. I can't remember if it was a news article.
I
Oh, what was
remember
that?
seeing. I remember lads putting it up saying, "Look, is that the Team GB?"
Yeah.
Some news crowd are after putting up their display
Mm.
for Paris. Now look at that stage, you still have to get it all out.
Yeah.
And there's no one really going to look too closely at your product and say, "Oh, at this stage, I'm going to change all my thing because I've seen a few photographs." You're not going to do it,
No,
you know. And we're thinking about if we get there and we get the money, we're thinking about getting backdrops and all built in Australia.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, because you know the way they're bringing stuff over to Australia, they're very strict with their border control. So I
Well, I
think
went in
just
February. They wouldn't even let me back in the country. No one's getting in. You know, fucking
no,
chance.
no. So I think we might look at like to outsource the stuff with a company in Australia. The
Yeah.
lads, I'm sure, give us lots of help on. And if they want to go and look at the backdrop, sure, let them go and look at it. I'm not that, they're going to have their baby, and
Yeah.
that's it. A backdrop is a backdrop. At the end of the day, you still have to get those products done up and out, and you still have to try keep the place clean. You have to try, there's so much teamwork as well. You have to be careful. Like we lost points when the lads went to cut something on the bandsaw and left the chainmail glove on,
Ooh,
you know, and we
that's
lost points for that. So you have to think of everything in that 3.5 hours.
mm,
You lose points. I think the way Ronda had said it to us back in 2018, you get 100 points starting off.
mm,
It's up to you to hold on to that 100 points
yeah.
because they'll keep deducting points and deducting points, and then if you win a best product, you get 10 extra points. So the emphasis with Ronda was we need to win at least two of the best products
Mm.
to make up for a messy floor.
And plus,
Yeah,
whatever else you've done in between, is that really going to make up for it all?
yeah, like you leave a knife in the block, you leave a saw on the block. You go to the bandsaw like that happened with the chainmail glove on. So things like that. If you're unfortunate enough that the judge sees you,
Mm.
he's going to deduct your points. So I think the best products are a way of getting those 10 extra points. I
To
think
make
we
up.
probably, yeah, I think we all need to probably maybe work harder on those products to try win as many as you can.
Yeah,
Ireland,
100%.
Ireland won two. Ireland won two in Belfast, two best products. So that was an extra 20 points.
That's actually quite cool. That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
If
So
you can make up for your mistakes in between it all, I think it's a brilliant idea. But you got to
yeah.
think of the good products and win that guaranteed slot. There's so
Yes,
many factors.
you have another like if you look at all the tables and you take a little bit from all the tables, every country is going to sit down now. They've seen Butcher Wars as well, at least three or four more additions to Butcher Wars in Germany. I think there could be one in the UK. I think Simon is trying to do one in September, is it? August, September.
August. I'll be
You know,
there.
yeah. You had Transylvania there last year, which looked really good as well. You had Czech Republic. So we've had a lot of Butcher Wars either side of Paris. You're going to have another few butcher wars. and then you're going to have Paris. So lads are going to sit down and go say, all right, how do we come up with another 100 or 120 new products that you haven't seen either in the Butcher Wars or in Paris or
Exactly.
Sacramento?
Mm.
So it's really going to have teams going to the above and beyond of maybe what butchery products are.
Yeah.
I don't know if cookability is in question anymore with some of the products.
Yeah.
I
It's
think that was a kind of that was a thing at the start of WBC, maybe that something had to be saleable and cookable and things like that. But I don't know. I think we're gone beyond that. I think we're gone to the showman thing.
yeah,
You know,
the whole concept and
it's
how we
visual.
can build.
It's a visual thing now.
Yeah.
It's a visual. The more stunning it looks for everyone, the better chance you have of winning.
Yeah.
So
And you
how do
might get
you?
that product.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
you don't have to tell us all your products now, Ant, but you can give us a few,
just
a
tell
little
us a
bit of
few.
help. There, you can
Yeah.
give us a few there now. Come on, we won't even be going.
I've heard
So,
that before.
yeah, no, yeah. So it'll be an unbelievable event,
Yeah,
Australia, and I
it's
hope
going
to
to
be
be.
there. Yeah, I hope we're all there.
If not, mate, you can always fly over and just hang out and just
Oh yeah, well
enjoy.
I look at I have kids who want to go to Japan. I have two girls, 12 and 10. They're fucking mad about going to Japan. So I said, won't this be the perfect opportunity when you're in Australia? Detour back to Japan. It's not that far away, maybe 6 hours.
Yes,
So
6 or 7 hours.
look at it. I got us the money to get to Sacramento. We hadn't a hope of getting there, and we came up with the money.
That's
We
good.
got we got the money again for Paris, and I'll get the money somewhere this time. We'll beg it off someone, but we will get someone to help us out in the industry to get there. I think we opened up the eyes of the commissioner as well. We had the agricultural commissioner,
Okay.
and we had a board beer representative in Paris, and they were blown away by it. So their eyewitness report is better than any pictures, and hopefully that'll stand to us if we're looking for someone to give good word of mouth for the industry. Plus, they need to kind of support the butchering craft in Ireland.
Yeah.
You need government funding for a big event like that.
You really do. You really need more
Yeah,
eyes on it, especially from those big agriculture people and go, right, this
yeah,
is what we can do.
we have big factories, and I know ABP are a big exporter, and I
Yeah.
know they would be a sponsor of Team GB
Yeah.
because they export 50% Ireland of beef to the UK. So naturally enough, they probably sell more to the UK than they do in Ireland. I know they did support us in Sacramento. They gave
Yeah.
us money. So, we have to try, I know if they're going to support Team GB, they have their reasons, but they are one of the biggest meat companies, ABP,
Yeah.
in Ireland anyway. We have a couple of big lads here, but ABP would be one of the biggest Dawn meats and things like that. So we have to get them. Board B are our biggest backer, and the apprenticeship program here are still our biggest supporter from
Yeah.
government level. So hopefully, look, we get the money and we get the team going. If we get it going, we'll have our little, we'll launch our team and similar to yourselves,
Mm.
try make a bit more, bit more presence on social media, a bit more, create a bit more of a story about it, and get people interested in it. And that's
Yeah.
what we're trying to. You done it very well for Paris.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah.
know
They did.
the boys done really well on the social media. It
Well,
was
that's
very
Connor Ringrose. He
yeah,
does.
Connor. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
very professional. Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Very good.
Um, so that's where I think a lot of the teams need to how you're going to get the word out there.
Yeah. It's a big stepping stone towards
Yeah.
bigger and better futures. But it's just you got to get there first and got to keep rattling them cages
Mm,
to get people to wake up and go. There's something big happening here, and it's not
yeah.
just for you and I; it's for the country.
No, it's for the community as well, and we have to see that in Ireland as well. That the butchers need to come together a little bit more, and there's like I think we done a graph for the government there. We were up in the government before Christmas, and
Mm.
there was 1,500 butchers in 1998,
It's not
and in
that many
20
even then.
no, and in 2025 the graph went from the top left hand side straight down to the bottom right hand side. There was no zigzag. It was a straight decline to 500 butchers left.
Oh, that's a stupid amount. It's
Yeah, so
so
that's
low.
and the government, you man, like they were blown away in the government to see the decline of, something that's there for thousands upon thousands of years. If you go back, the butcher was respected more so than a doctor in the villages
Yeah,
because he could provide food, and that's a trade and an art that you need to try carry over for the next generation, and that there's something there. And if young people have WBC, Butcher Wars, it's they see more than just being behind the shop counter 9 to 5 or 9 to 6, Monday to Saturday, and they
yeah,
have some little bit of hope that I'll be on that Irish or Team GB, I'll be on that team in a few years, and I'm going to train hard, and I'm going to go to Butcher Wars, and I'm going to build myself up. But if that's not there for them, it's very boring to try attract young people to it.
it is. No, that's a very good way of looking at it. And
Mm,
if we don't have those in place and to build towards, even
mm.
if like the shops, like we were saying about value-added products and that, if those people aren't willing to take a gamble on those, pack up your bags, shut the doors, guys. Like,
Yeah, no,
just
you have to do, even like I explained to some lads, if you're going to start off doing value added and you're not used to it,
mm,
pick a small section of your counter. If it's a 1 meter middle of your counter, and that's your biggest selling point now, and you build from there, it might only be a meter, it might only be 6 8 trays, and make that as fancy as you can, and make 6 or 8 really really fancy products and put them in there, and that's your shopping window for the rest of your shop. And people will be drawn to that little section there. And then you'll build from that. And then you'll
exactly.
end up, you can go to your 2 3 4 meters, but start small and give it a go.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah. Give it a
definitely.
go. Someone can only say it didn't work, and I had more waste than I had. But if you don't try it, you shouldn't, knock it kind of. You have to give it a go.
Definitely. Oh, 100%. You're absolutely right, Jim. Right.
So
I think
we had a good chat there, Ant. Yeah, it was good.
I
Interest.
loved it. I
Yeah.
loved it, man. That was so good. We covered so much, but the beginning of that was so much fun talking about the slaughter and that. It
Ah,
was
yeah,
just really
Lauren is
good.
great. Hey, look, it's an art in itself. I have a few. I think Connor, Ben, and someone else is coming over. They want to come over and do a bit of killing with me.
Oh, definitely. I would love
Yeah,
to. I need to get
yeah,
to Ireland.
yeah,
I was thinking when I was talking to you, I was like, fuck, I ain't even been to
yeah.
Ireland.
I know.
And
Yeah,
I've been here
so
14 years.
Ben is coming over. They're going to come over sometime, and they're going to come over just so we kill of a Tuesday. So I'll arrange it that we do a few heifers and come in and have a look and give it a go. So should contact Connor, ask him.
Well, we're in a WhatsApp group now, aren't we? Being Team
Yeah,
GB.
yeah. So like, who else is coming over?
Oh, Elena Epson.
Elena as well. Yeah.
Oh,
So
she's so good.
yeah, she's brilliant, isn't she? She's
She's so good.
she's so she just eats, sleeps, drinks butchery, isn't it? It is everything. Like, she's really passionate.
Yeah.
Butchery, it just runs through her. Like it's all, but she is so passionate. She's brilliant, and she's a lovely person
Oh,
at
yeah.
the Butcher Wars, at the WBC. Always so helpful, always so nice, And I'm amazed that she actually. I think she competed in Czechia, Czech Republic, was it last year, or was it
Yeah.
Romania? She
Well,
definitely stepped. She stepped in on one of them anyway.
yeah, I think it was. I think it was Czech Republic.
Yeah. Yeah, so she was thinking of coming over as well with the lads. So you definitely should stick on that plane together now, and we do a bit of killing.
Oh yeah, I would love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I think it's always something you can always say you done, because, like, as they say, there'll be no pressure on you. You can go or have a look, and, we do a few heifers and have a bit of crack.
Hell yeah, I look forward to it.
Bring over. I hope you're. I don't know what knives you're going to bring now. Is it a victory now you have to bring, or what are they now? What are the knives now?
I've always been victory, so
Have you? Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
always victory. Yeah.
yeah. I've always had it, and now I've got a stupid big collection. So I'm like, well, I got to
All
use
right.
these.
Yeah, you bring a few of them with you now. Yeah, bring a few over. They're nice knife. I've used them. Yeah, they're good skinning knife.
Yeah, yeah, very good.
Yeah,
Well, Aaron Waters swears by him, so
yeah, good knife. Yeah, good knife.
good
Yeah.
knife. Yeah,
I see Pat the butcher there. I always watch him as well. He's always always using them as well, and that guy knocks out some stuff for his age.
Yeah, he
Being a very
smashes it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing something like that now, but you'd have to be in Australia or New Zealand or America, where you go around to the farms and you just bang. He's even shooting with the rifle, like he's a great shot, like.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's years of experience though with the rifle, and plus
Yeah, like it's a real cowboy job, isn't it? The Wild West, the Americans still love that Wild West over there.
well, it's
Oh,
their culture, isn't it? So it's good
yeah,
fun, and
yeah.
owning guns is.
Yeah, so look at Jay, you would love you to come over to Ireland sometime. Anytime you're welcome.
Well, when I get enough time and everything's
Yeah,
settled for this year, I might even just pipe up it next year because it's only a
yeah.
2 hour flight. So why
That's
not?
all, yeah. Yeah. Get yourself sorted out and what's the name of the shop then you're in at the minute?
It's B Curtis
So
Deli.
and that's the name of the farm shop as well. So it's gonna be
Yes,
so B Curtis, yeah.
I'll send it to you on
Yeah,
Instagram.
send it to me on Instagram. Yeah, I'd love
Yeah.
that. I'll give you a follow.
Oh, and I'll
Yeah.
send you some stuff as well. When I finish here about the dry ager, and I'll show you these bits and pieces.
Oh yeah, and I'll send you a layout of the shop as well, a video when it's filled up, just to show you. I think you're right what you're doing about the raw products in the trays rather than the cooked products.
Yeah,
I'll send you a good video of our layout just when it's full up and just show you that you can have a nice balance.
yeah.
You
Any
know.
inspiration from a legend like you, I will fucking take it.
Oh no, no, I'm only look. Every day is a school day. Every day is a learning day. I have to get over to the UK over to learn these pies. Now that's the next one. Pies and Tom Woods. That the treacle bacon. That's next on my list.
Yeah, call Tom and be like, I need that list or
Yeah,
the
I
ingredient
want to
list.
just do me a video of how you do it there, please. I won't be in opposition to you here in Ireland. Yeah, so and
All
it's
right.
good to talk to you. And look, best of luck in your Team GB. When you get training. Hope to see you on the numbers 1 to 6. Is it? What are you going to? What position are you aiming for?
I'll take anything really.
You don't mind, yeah.
I
So
don't mind. Just put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
yeah, but you can bone as well as you can break down beef as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's not a problem if you have to.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just put
give
me
it a
in.
go. Put you
Yeah,
in. Put
yeah.
you in at the deep end. You're well used to the diving.
Exactly right. I can swim, baby. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah. Work away. Right, Ant. Take it easy, man.
You too. Have a lovely week, and I'll speak to
All
you
right,
soon,
butchers. Mind yourself.
mate.